F you, I'm out.
My thing is this.
They would have the nerve to have an older black actor go up to Lou Gossett Jr. You, T'Challa, you are 24 years old. That nigga is clearly 40.
Let me tell you something, man.
D, I can tell you who that would be. Morgan Freeman.
Let me tell you something. There is something to be said about the age. Again, I will say this all the time. The age of black people, because you said Louis Gossett Jr. 70. I'm like, yeah, he was young, but like that's like that era young versus now.
That's true.
Because Louis Gossett Jr. in his 30s and was he in his 30s and the 70s at that point?
I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell because it's like, again, it's the Morgan Freeman. Because even in Jaws, I was like, you look old, dog.
You look old, dog.
Hell, even in Iron Eagle, this motherfucker's supposed to be a 30-year-old fucking lieutenant colonel. I'm like, nigga, you are hitting 50. What are we talking about, sir? What are we talking about?
Hey, man. He never did nothing wrong, all right?
You know what? I don't. You know what?
Marv from fucking Revenge of the Nerds was like the closest to looking young in that whole fucking movie.
You know what you would have did? You know what you could have did? We could have got our boy. He was in what's the face? The movie we just did, 1970. Elijah. The Hat.
Oh, you mean what? Judas and the Black?
No, nigga.
You said you just did. I'm thinking of something you did recently.
Nah.
You're saying hats and shit. No,
I said Elijah, and you thinking of how Fred Hampton probably would have said something real quick like this. And you thinking I'm thinking of talking like that or something like that. No, we did the movie, The Revenge, JD's Revenge.
Oh, JD's Revenge.
Yeah, that dude, the colonel from
Thurman.
Yeah, him.
Nah, it wouldn't have worked. Nah, it wouldn't have worked because listen, it wouldn't have worked. The doctor would have said, "Go home. The shit ain't working out. Chill out, relax, smoke some weed, yada yada yada."
Yeah, you're right.
I would have said, you know what? It's the 70s. We go light skin. We get fucking Jim Kelly to play fucking T'Challa. He got the martial arts background.
Chris. I need you to stop. All right, light skinned niggas didn't come in until the 80s. All right, chill out.
Here's the best of part.
Black Belt Jones, a bitch T'Challa. I would have made that shit happen.
Here's the best of part, Chris.
Why is there not a comic of that?
Hey, you over there fighting? You're like, hey, why you coming in the hood trying to stop everything? I am fighting with the Avengers. Nigga, avenge this, brother. It did not. No. In all respect. In all respect to the great Jim Kelly.
I got the line with Jim Kelly. Suddenly, I would like to leave Wakanda.
Man, listen. Dumb.
Hold up.
That would be the tagline of the trailer right there.
Hold on. It's a 1970s movie. Come, they'll get them in Wakanda. They start beating the crap out. Psh, would you think I'm some faggot or something? I'm Black Belt Jones.
Black Belt Jones.
They would drop
the team up of a lifetime.
Just like the FAG is coming.
The poster would literally be fucking. It would have been a Photoshop Jim Kelly from fucking Into the Dragon in this yellow suit. Yeah, like this. And Black
you got T'Challa on the other side with a claw like that. Two brothers come together. Whole bunch of niggas in 1979. Who the fuck is T'Challa?
I was like, if I have a time machine, we went back, I'd be like, hey guys, you know what we gotta do, right? We gotta get in Quincy Jones's ear and not let the Wiz happen.
Christopher, we don't have enough white women.
No, Chris, I don't know why, but why do I see you run into the nearest comic book store, you grab the first issue that you find of Black Panther, you run to Quincy Jones's house and just throw it on his coffee table. You throw it on his coffee table.
Who is this tall motherfucker that was wearing a shirt that said BAP? Hey, nigga. You know how much that costs?
Dude, I sat there and said, look, if you give me a time machine, it's like people sit there and say, I would not go all the way back before 1970s. I was like, you're fucking stupid. I would go back to first appearance of Superman in the comic, roll in that store. I don't care if black people can't go inside the fucking general store back then. I'm gonna take a fucking comic and dart out. They ain't gonna fucking catch my ass. I'll get right back in the goddamn time machine and go back.
I got 3 destinations. Number 1, to go all the way back when Pontius Pilate said, "And before I send Jesus to death, anybody like to say something?" Me, what? Your mama a bitch. Hop back into the time machine. Now, granted, yes. They'll see the really, really dark-skinned person yelling out a different language. Yeah, they ain't gonna have no consequences to the time frame. I already know that.
Socrates and fucking Bill and Ted, where he's just looking at him confused, like.
I like with Bill and Ted because they do the little, yeah. Most pardons.
San Demas.
The problem now.
You already did those movies. We're done. Great.
No. D. I would thanks to Eobard Thawne, he gave me an idea.
Oh wow! You go for the villain. This villain is
no. Hear me out. It's because of Eobard Thawne. He said something that was. I mean, he made a very valid point when he was talking to Barry. What would happen if I went back in time and made sure that Hitler stayed in art school?
I need white people to fear black.
What
people.
if I went back and I made sure that JFK didn't get assassinated?
Are you sure you want to do that? I think we just would have went to war with Cuba and just like nuked them.
No, but see, that's two, no. But see, that's two big things. There's 2 big things in history that would have never happened. Hitler would have stayed in art school.
Hitler would have just been a racist artist. That's about it. Like, hold on.
Wait. See, I agree with you, Chris. He would be a racist artist, but he would have not gotten an entire country to try to take on the fucking world.
Yeah, somebody else would have took his place.
No, because the Austrians would have did something to mess everything up, and the Germans will be stuck in the war, and they would have been a part of Russia actually probably now if that never happened.
Damn, yeah.
No, I really mean that. I think a part of me thinks that Germany just would have been a part of the Soviet Union if the Soviet Union got big enough. But wait a minute, only reason why the Soviet Union came to be was because of the World War. God, I hate knowing history because I know if you take out that doesn't clear nothing up. That makes it way more worse than it is.
I mean, come on, D, you've seen Downfall.
I mean, hold on.
You know what happened the moment Hitler found out that his Russian sidekick pretty much backed out.
I just love how
it was asked out, son.
You know what? I like how real good people that know their history and are in the military says, so what was the greatest win in America? There was no greatest wins. Our war with Japan was a very bloody war, yada, yada, yada. You ask anybody that barely knows history, we kicked Germany's ass and killed Hitler. We had shit to do with that. There was a dude named Sergei.
Dude,
there was a dude named Sergei that was just hurling bricks at that building for him and Ava Braun saying, toast.
It reminds me of it's like that this shit was it the Man in the High Castle and how like everybody remembered like hold up, Japan and Germany won World War II. Something don't feel right. And that's the premise of the whole show. And then by the end, it was like the North American people started like rising up and stuff. And I think the main character ended up going through a portal to another world and stuff afterwards. I was like, well, that was fun and interesting.
You know what? See, here's the funny thing. As much as I understood black people being pissed at the idea of that Confederate show coming out, how's it any different from now? But I would
have been for it, but you know.
I was for it because a part of me was like, what? Y'all was just like, look, like what y'all rather see? Why would they make a good show like Underground, where we were slaves? Why would they make a good movie like 12 Years a Slave when we were slaves again?
But Underground.
No, we have No, we have Lovecraft Country, where we getting our ass kicked by white people constantly in that whole show, right?
Underground had Harriet Tubman with a shotgun. That was dope.
Yeah, you know what else had Harriet Tubman with a shotgun? Every goddamn story, Chris. That's like saying Goku can. That's like saying Goku can fly.
Hey, I was one of the people
Not
that
telling you nothing.
I was one of the people that was like, "Yo, can I get a Harriet Tubman movie where we actually see her working with the CIA back then? That'd be dope."
I want to see Harriet Tubman.
Chris, we would never be allowed to see that movie.
No, if we do, she would have this white dude named Dean. Look, Harriet, I just want to protect you.
No. Here's the worst part, Chris. I agree with D. She would have a white dude named Dean that would protect her. Number 2, she would get hit with the Vanessa Virtual Fighter mix-up.
No.
Yeah.
See, here's my thing.
And then on top of that,
her skin tone, that melanin.
See, if I'm
Chris, the lightest part of that underlip you got right there, that would be her complexion, and we would have to deal with that.
See, if I'm pitching it though, I'm not trying to go straight up with it. Fuck it. We already had a movie called Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Fuck it. Let's go whimsical with this shit and just have fucking, I don't know, Harriet Tubman Vampire Hunter or some dumb shit. Just throw some fucking wacky shit in it. That's still
like cameo guest star Blade.
Yeah, something like. I hate you. That would actually work. It's time traveling Blade.
Time traveling Blade.
That'd be great. And not Wesley Snipes looking Blade. I'm talking like 1970s goggles.
Yeah.
And wooden stake blade. I need that in my life. No, but you gotta like I would literally go whimsical with with her and just have like Harriet Tubman do some like occult shit and stuff in it. That would that's the only way Hollywood would do it.
They got stories like that. And here's the funny thing. Who was it actually? It was Lindsay that pointed it out in the Harriet movie. They just had to shoehorn a good-looking white guy into the movie and when she brought that up, she was being insensitive. I'm like, wait, she brought up a point that what black people were saying.
Very valid point.
That's what I found. That's what I found hilarious. She brings up a point, and here's me, and just like that, you got canceled.
Yep, there's a whole lot of there's a white boy. You know, it's so stupid. I didn't even sit and wade through all that crap. I got like 20 minutes in. I'm like, God, Lindsay, I'm glad I ain't you.
White splaining.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and even she said it. I gotta do a lot of white splaining, and I swear to God, I'm just gonna put links down there to people that are gay and black and everything. That's not me. So shut up. It's like, yo, I would hate that. But then it hits me again. If you have haters, when you have a certain amount of haters, I just say don't talk back. Just don't talk back unless it's really truly messing with your moral code. And you need to say something, But let's just be real. I don't care what anybody say. I really don't. I'm a black man and I'm happy and I have 3 kids. I don't care. Eris, on the other hand, he has a Miata. You can ride 5 dicks, nigga. Chris over here.
Copious amounts
of height. And on top of that, Chris, show the girls your abs. Show them your abs. Stand up.
Not standing up.
No. Do you misheard? When I said copious amounts, it was to the other thing you said. You could ride 5 dicks. I said copious amounts of dicks.
My thing is this though. I think when you have a certain amount of people hating you, they're gonna hate you. They're gonna point out stuff about you all you want. Nigga, look, real talk. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but real talk. All those words don't mean nothing because it's the internet.
It's the internet.
I said I hated cheese 8 years ago. You think anybody cares? Do you really truly think somebody's just like a vulture over your YouTube accounts and all that? Just like, I seen that shit, nigga. You think that shit? Just let it go, man. Also, if you got more falls than me, and Eris, you already know where I'm going with this. If you got more falls than us and you complain about one little thing, look in the mirror before you start flexing. And number two, really look in that mirror before you start flexing. And number 3, I'm actually on your side. That's kind of low. But number 4, all of y'all trash.
Number 5,
each and every one of you.
Number 5,
trash.
D, and number 5, D. This kind of bullying will not stand.
I know, and this kind of bullying will not stand. So we're going to
Sir,
respond.
you're
So we're going to respond to said bullying with another type of said bullying, and both bullies can bully each
sir,
other.
guys, you didn't say it right. We will not have it. We will not have it.
We will not.
I am not, Chris. You are not gonna make me go out and get get a fucking dashiki and come marching in here saying we will not have it today. I am not doing that right now.
Man, going up there and said that shit.
Dude, like it's like to me, like Eris, we already talked about earlier. Like I said, all of y'all niggas are trash. That's all I like. It's like if I really wanted to see Vanity Smurf fight another Vanity Smurf. Like, I mean, sure, but let's just be real. Celebrity deathmatch got old quick, so
at some point it's like, whatever.
The claymation got better. Storyline and action, not so much.
The one thing I hated about that show is that as much as I watched it, I hated that as like you said, as much as the claymation improved, their actions just amounted to just swings.
It's like when the claymation was a lot more crude, the show was a lot more entertaining.
Well, once they figured out technology, they can get around that shit. It's like it's not fun. And then you look back and you look at how they do Robot Chicken. It's like, oh, y'all still do it old school on that show. All right.
Magnets, a lot of magnets.
Yeah, definitely. It's like they
and the computer's doing the mouth movement for us. Let's just be real.
Well, yeah, of course. I'm still laughing though. That shit is fucking hilarious, man. I was like, yo, Hathaway's Flash gonna be up on fucking Netflix? Hell yeah.
Oh shit. I ain't gonna watch this until 3 months later.
I mean, it comes out in July. July 1st on Netflix.
You know what? I probably have to watch it because we're gonna have a Gundam show out later. If I'm mistaken, we're gonna have it in September. We're gonna do Zeta.
Yeah.
And
Stardust Memories.
Stardust Memories. And that's the one where where the principality said what I would have said. All right, for real, put that on kangaroos, my nigga. No, put that shit on kangaroos, my nigga. No, you gonna know what it means. Just put that shit on kangaroos, man. Any type of marsupial, man.
They looked at the Federation like, y'all niggas got nukes. Really, my dude? All right, time to drop a fucking damn colony because y'all motherfuckers are fucking thinking this is a joke.
I mean, that's why I said this is going to be.
I'll rescind that message if you give me back the Melly Hansons. Matter of fact, give me back the Nike boots, Mo. Give me the Haley Hansen.
Like, imagine you're the Earth Federation, you won, but somehow you decide to fucking unnecessarily flex and build 2 mobile suits. That one of them has a nuke. I'm like, who are you flexing, dog? Like you pushed back against the Xeon. You won the 1-year war. Who are you flexing on, my dude? Like, come on.
If that was like Chris,
I feel like that was
Chris is to prove a point.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it is to prove a point. War. Ugh. Good God, y'all.
Caught in the middle is me as Bright Noah, who is just like, guys, I want to love you as the company man, but you're really making it hard for me to love you. Oh my God. All right, you guys ready?
Yep, I'm ready. I've been ready. We can
let's start this.
Let's go ahead and knock this out.
Let's go.
Yeah, Robin Hood, Men in Tights. I said, hey,
yo, it's MCD, and we go. No, I'm not.
Thanks to
that was purely an old white man that said, that was an old Jewish man. Right? Let's put a rap in there. Get the black people moving.
Yeah, that was
funny.
The only, what's weird is thanks to that scene now, I finally get where the Simpsons got that joke from.
Now you get it.
I got it. I'm like, like the C to the dog.
The Z to the O to the
It was Zorro. It was Zorro, but I'm like, y'all clearly got this from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I feel like there was another movie where it said executive producer, whomever, in spray paint. Like, I feel like there was another movie that did that.
Here's what wiles me out about this. Like, with us, we love all of Mel Brooks' films and stuff. We love it. Even down to Dracula Dead and Loving It. There's a layer of like, we laugh, right? What got me about this movie is that I didn't know critics were very just mad about the movie to the point to where it was one critic, no bullshit. He sat there and said that the film was crashingly unfunny and a sign that a 67-year-old comedian's sense of humor isn't as sharp as it once was.
Yeah, that's because they didn't get Young Frankenstein the way they had it back in the 70s. Mel Brooks is clearly going down the drain.
I'm just going to take a quick moment now that we're live, and I'm just going to bring up something. I was all for this movie until I looked at the following credits. Chris, you already know about this because we talked about this off like before we went live. I had to stop and pause the movie when I came across a name, and the name was Evan Chandler. Now, when I looked at this, I said, that name sounds familiar, but I really hope it's not who I think it is. Go to IMDb, look up Robin Hood Men in Tights. Oh, he wrote this movie. Oh, story by him. And he was one of the writers along with Mel Brooks. I was like, okay, so 3 people wrote this, one of them being a miserable piece of shit. And I click on his name. Yeah, this is the motherfucker that framed MJ in the same year that this movie came out.
Your MJ senses was tingling.
Something I sense a disturbance in the force, okay? And
hey, I already told. Hey,
and when I saw it, and listen, after I saw it, I said, "This movie's tainted."
See, that's what I told you.
It's tainted. Really? It's tainted to me. No, don't get me. Listen, D. I enjoyed the movie, but it's a lot like looking at a movie that you enjoyed back then. You look at it now and go, God, I really can't enjoy this the same way. You know, it's the R. Kelly effect.
And meanwhile, my ass will blast Fiesta, and I do not give one fuck.
You don't. You look like you don't. That's why.
I ain't going out my way, but that shit pops up on shuffle. It's like, it's on. All right, cool. Fiesta. You know.
I can look. I can also imagine Chris like going way overboard trying to sing "I'm a Flirt." Like I can also imagine.
I don't have that on my fucking on my fucking Spotify list, but if it is on there, it's like
that ain't my Spotify list. Nah. Fuck off. Nah, nigga, I got that.
It's totally not on there.
That's definitely not on my hot jams mix.
You know how many problematic people in movies? I mean, I get it. I get it. Jokes aside, I do get it.
That's what I'm saying. Like all jokes aside, just seeing that shit, I'm like, oh fuck this guy.
Bear in mind, it's not like we're being apologetic, but it is kind of like.
I mean, yeah, sure, but you know, I've seen like about a good 8 maybe possibly more movies of my favorite actress. Clearly being on set doing that movie after being fingered by the producer. So
I know.
I'm just saying.
No.
I know where you're coming from.
No, listen, D. I get it. Okay, I get that.
Throw one rock. You hit 5 fucked up people in Hollywood. I'm just saying, I get it. I totally get it.
All I was saying from that was, really, dude, you were trying to get a movie out of this guy, and when he said no, you did this.
I mean, that's the nature.
You were working with Mel Brooks,
but like I told you before.
But again, I'm not going to be stuck. But again, I'm not going to be stuck on this. I'm really. I just wanted to bring it up. That's all.
It's just weird to me that like a lot of people didn't think this movie was funny, and I was like, this movie's actually pretty funny. Like, I don't know whether it's just they expected to be like Blazing Saddles.
That's level. Basically what happened was parody only gets about 2 movies out of people. I noticed that, man. And after that, you got to be kind of clever. And with the critics, they've been kind of going down on that downslope of Mel Brooks since Spaceballs, because a lot of them didn't like Spaceballs either. So
it's a funny movie.
I know what you're saying. It's a funny movie, but they didn't think so.
I mean,
it was a waste of time. You know, that's how it goes.
He did like Stinks before this too.
But did people really think that he could not top Blazing Saddles?
No, I think it's more of just like, can you stay at this certain level? Eris, good example. You and I are about to do a movie soon about a director who only made technically 3 good movies, and the rest of his catalog is trash. And even 9 movies deep into his trash record. This is what they're saying. How could a good director like this fall so far? It's like, why are you still asking questions 2 decades later? The nigga ain't got to spark no more. Nigga, Eris, I want to put it like, yeah, and for somebody to guess what movie we are going to do, have fun. But all I can say is this, yo, at the Marathon Man, dude, you had nothing. That was 79, and it was deep into the 90s where we're picking you up at, and they're still going, but he's a good director.
No, but my thing is, but that was my. I know the director you're thinking about now. Wow,
Chris, you got it.
Wow,
Did you see his
wow.
record? Yeah, no, yo, that is like. Can you imagine? Imagine, if you will, Kwame Brown ain't that good, but having the first 4 years of career, okay, those are good numbers. And then look at the rest of that stat line.
No, but what gets me is like Mel Brooks. He is his, like, when you look at his filmography, everything is pretty spaced out. You know, it's like until like because he did like after he did Spaceballs, you had a period of like 4 years, and then he did Life Stinks, which is actually a very underrated comedy.
Underrated.
It's funny and stuff. And then he did Robin Man in Tights, and his last movie was literally Dracula Didn't Loving It, and then he just stopped.
Yeah, he stopped. He it's the filmmaker process, and plus, Mel Brooks is part of super old Hollywood, so I noticed with a lot of those people, Rob Reiner, and all the rest of those guys at that time, they made their movies methodically. It took them like 2 years. It took them like a full 4 years to put out a movie. And even when Rob Reiner sped up, it still felt like took this nigga about 2 years, didn't it?
But Rob Reiner was never. Those are guys that it never felt like they were like trying to machine out movies on a yearly basis.
Exactly. It's one of the things that a lot of directors don't get the benefit of doing. Some directors now, they get lucky and they get to have time. They get to push whatever they want to do, and they get time to say, no, we got to do this rewrite. Why? Because it's not up to my standard. Well, good. Some of them get it. A lot of them go say, shut the fuck up.
But here's the kicker. You mentioned Rob Reiner. I have to mention this real quick. The most maligned movie out of his filmography is North. If you look at where North is situated in his filmography, you were talking about before he did that, he had Princess Bride, Harry Met Sally, Misery, and A Few Good Men. And then somehow, and then he did
robust.
North. Then he did North, and then rebounded with The American President, Ghost of Mississippi, and I'm like, wow, that was a good rebound. But
I like the acting Ghost of Mississippi.
No, but you see, but those are movies that jerks off the fucking critics, like, oh Jesus, oh my God, acting.
Exactly.
So it's like Mel Brooks. It's like, yeah, they might have been mad about Robin Hood Men in Tights, but that shit it did decent in the box office, and apparently, according to him, this is verbatim out of his mouth, that shit it cleaned up on DVD. So
yeah. Like Bordello Blood. Good lie. Good Lord. Dracula Didn't Loving It. For him, he admitted, it wasn't his top stuff. That was his last movie, this, that, and all the other. But when you look at it how it is now, it has a cult following because it's like the Mel Brooks people and the people that just love stupid ass movies, like seeing this. Oh my God, Leslie Nielsen was in this? Yes, he was. He was Dracula. Like, wait a minute, that's the dude from Wings. Yeah, I remember that show. One of my favorite jokes in that movie was when they killed the girl, right? And he like stuck with the stake, and all his blood came out. It was like he was like, how did that all happen? Mel Brooks come out. She just ate.
But the thing about Robin Hood Men in Tights, for Robin Hood Men in Tights, it's like this big cast and stuff. You have Dave Chappelle. This is his first movie. You had Richard Lewis, who I think is just like Jerry Seinfeld, and even Tracy Ullman, who's in this movie. They're like white comedians that like I feel like only a small amount of black people will ever mention that they watched.
I think there's actually a lot of black people that will stand for Tracy Ullman. They will actually stand for her. I don't know about Richard Lewis because Richard Lewis, he does come off that the New York Jewish comedy, and it's kind of. It's dry humor, but yo, the motherfucker had bangers on David Letterman for years for a reason.
Also, he's funny on Curb.
Here's the funny thing. He's very funny on. Yeah, I'm about to say on Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's very good on that. Here's the thing about it. Even in this movie where you can tell that he's like, hey, it's gonna have fun. It's like clearly Mel didn't give him a set script. Can you tell? Because every time coming in, it's like, it's very like you can tell he's just like improvising.
Remember in Animaniacs, they made him Noah.
That was great.
He was like, tell God, yeah, don't put spiders in it. They give me the heebie-jeebies.
My favorite line of him playing Noah was the cameo from Tiny Toons, like Buster Bunny and Babs Bunny. No relation. We hope not. This is a children's show.
That was the perfect shit. That was like, yeah, you're Noah. I was like, all right.
So what Mel Brooks also did was always get an actor that ain't supposed to be there, or is going to be perfectly over the top for you. He picked Roger Reese, but of all the people in this movie, I'm serious, and I'm not even joking. Roger Reese is an incredible actor.
Oh yeah.
He straight up Euro steps around anybody in this movie that came to acting. Outside of Patrick Stewart, he probably is the best actor in the movie. He plays straight up fumbling villain from start to finish in this, and gives it his all. I love that, man.
Somewhere the character what's his name? Somewhere the character Hedy Lamarr is smiling when that movie came out.
Who's it?
Hedy Lamarr.
Your boy, not Carney. God, not
Corman.
Corman, yeah. Not Corman?
Yeah.
That was his name.
I think so.
Fuck it up. See, I hate it when I mess up legends' names and shit.
Him playing the sheriff of Rottingham is fucking hilarious. The Rottingham.
You have to roll your tongue.
Oh man, but you were about to say something, D, about the whole thing with Dave Chappelle in his movie.
It was very weird. Dave Chappelle was actually scouted out by
Harvey Korman.
Harvey Korman, dang, I fucked it up. And Harvey Korman is actually in the last one, Dead and Loving It. He plays the doctor, and it's so funny. Peter McNichol is Renfield in that, and Renfield's in the crazy house, and his go-to way of punishing you and calming you down is an enema. So I like how they get him last time. He's like, you know what to do. Oh God, no, not another enema. And then give him another enema, and then give him another enema until he calms down. And I just died laughing because it's like, so give it a man an enema. Anyway. All right. So Mel Brooks already saw Dave Chappelle at a comedy club or some shit like that, and was like, yeah, I like that young man. I want to really give somebody an opportunity who could be the black kid person that get this movie. And one day, going to in a club in LA, hanging out with his friend Quincy Jones, as all white people did back in that time, just hanging out with Quincy Jones. Dave Chappelle gets on stage. And Mel was like, that kid. And here comes, and then Quincy Jones was like, oh yeah, I heard about him, man. He funny as hell. Somebody, you need to put him in the movie, man. He bad as shit. Quincy Jones, always being there, being in the right place at the right time. No, seriously. Stevie Wonder. No, not Stevie Wonder. Ray Charles. Like a whole lot of rock and roll people. I'll Be Sure was working at a car wash, if I ain't mistaken. And this nigga said, you know what? You might can see. That's just look at people and say star.
D, that was a deep cut right there, sir.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be sure at a car wash. Wash.
Nigga in the middle of a car wash in New Jersey, humming to himself. I know this song. It's called Daytime and Nighttime. Keep working at it, kid.
We're gonna call it Day and Night.
Man, this stupid as fuck. This old man trying to change me.
Latino P. Diddy, it's gonna be great. No.
No. And I like the fact, if anybody knows this, it's actually a cool story how I'll Be Sure actually wrote Secret Garden. He actually wrote to help break that song, right?
Oh,
one of the best
story.
I ain't going into the story, but one of the best things, at least for me, is knowing that Barry White looked at that shit and said, "Nah, this ain't sexy enough." Like, I know a part of me.
Dude, that would hurt me. It's like you got Barry White telling you that shit, man.
No. See, what made it bad is he knew himself. He had to channel as much MJ as possible because that's who he was replacing.
Oh yeah,
that song.
Oh yeah, because Michael Jackson probably lied. Michael like, no, it's a love. Thank you, Quincy. It's such a lovely song, but I got to say no to it. Real talk. That nigga said this. Oh no. Like, why, Mike? That shit gay, man. No.
Dude, that's just man. Dude, before we continue, that
shit don't cut. Hold on, Eric. That shit doesn't. That shit don't slap. Hey, Tito, come in here. You can probably sing this. You wait a minute. Who wrote it? Who? I'll be what? Who does it? Quincy, why you keep on going to these car washes and getting these yellow niggas that you think can sing?
Dude, that's just as funny. Before we continue, that's just as funny as it's like when Pharrell came out and said that he wrote Frontin' for fucking Prince, and Prince looked at him and was like, no.
Are you serious?
Yes. He wrote Pharrell
I mean
fucking Frontin'.
No, Chris. Like, Prince. No, Chris. Prince looked at Pharrell and said, "Are you serious?"
Basically, Pharrell was really like, "Man, Prince told me no." Like, god damn. Like,
I just like the idea that it probably took him like probably 2 years to get to Prince, to be in front of him, to be comfortable with him enough so he can go to so he can like chill with him and have a jam session and all that, and cool enough for you. That takes time, Chris. That takes time. That was
put on that fucking Frontin' beat. It was like, this is for you.
This man went on some.
Prince, come over here real quick. Jam to this one. Beam. Turn it off. Why? That shit's not real. Is that shit your keyboard? Yeah. No, it needs to be a grand piano. Get the fuck out of Paisley Park right now. The dogs have already been released. For real. And how fun is that? Pharrell, who's only like 5'1", like scurrying out. Hold on. He's only 5'1", towering over Prince.
Morris,
Chris,
the hounds.
Chris. I fucking hate you. No, dude, think about this. Just imagine how much his world literally shattered. My man Pharrell went on a whole ass Donnie Brasco investigation undercover setup just to meet this guy. 2 years. Wasted. Just to be told no.
They turned around and just got Jay-Z and was like, "Hey, Jay-Z, I just want you to do a rap," and then boom, I'll do the fucking song. God damn it.
Actually, a part of me, and for a long time, it took me a long time to like that song. A part of me think it was actually boom, doo, doo, oh, and when Prince heard that clip, no.
That might have been it, maybe.
That probably been it. Take that corny shit out of my heart.
I mean, come on. Sorry, go ahead, dude.
I told you, don't let no niggas from Virginia in my fucking place.
Specify that, sir. Virginia Beach. Don't say that. Uh-oh. He froze. Guys, 3BG is shut down. The government doesn't like us talking about this.
The spirit of Prince has spoken.
Oh my god, man!
And as you can see, D is frozen in terror.
It's like it's a good picture, actually.
That's a terrible picture, Chris.
Go ahead and get that real quick.
The way you said it, go ahead. Chris, seriously, you can't screen cap?
Oh, fuck.
Never mind. You fucked up.
Hey, I can get it in the recording. No matter.
I was saying, you get it recording.
No matter. But anyways, but nah, what's crazy to me about this film is that, like, It's kind of weird to me that people said it's not funny because the opening scene alone with Robin going to the dungeon and it's over there over in Jerusalem.
Which that scene was hilarious because he said, "Oh, you're not properly dressed." They give him a whole ass clip-on beard and shit.
I like how you say, "Watch your head." He turned around and hit his head.
I expected that, and I said, "Thank you, Mel. You did
But
exactly."
what got me is when he meets up with Isaac Hayes as one of the prisoners, right?
Isaac Hayes was like by far, even though you used him for like just that, like what is the first
5 minutes tops?
5 minutes tops. You used him for 5 minutes. That was probably the best 5 minutes that you spent.
Because
he was great.
What made it hilarious was when Robin asked him what he was in for, and in my head, because I hadn't seen it in a while, I'm thinking, oh, it was because he's black, right? I like how he's like jaywalking. And Robin's like, okay, yeah, Jay, all right, cool. And the fact that they easily broke out, and he's like, what was that noise? Oh, this is the breaking of my man's heart. He's going to betray his kingdom. And my man kept coming.
He's like, that's great news. I can get a promotion. Yeah, please go.
Now. This is great. But you know another thing? And it was like
great news like this should be rewarded. Yeah, please go. On second thought, bad news. Like bad news is terrible.
And the prison, dude. And the funny thing is, the whole prison sequence, they escape so easy. It's like, all right, you get that wall. They all escape. They climb out. And he's like, all right, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and just push the gate up, and they're out.
Just push the gate open. I'm like, yeah, that's classic Mel Brooks.
And my man's reaction was priceless. All right, everybody, I got great news.
And I'm in deep shit.
Oh my god! And then my man, literally swam all the way from Jerusalem through the Gulf, all the way to England.
No, I love the fact that once he had, as soon as he made that right turn, he made the right turn into more Atlantic.
Yo, the Loch Ness Monster shit is what fucking took me out.
It's just like you look at it on the map and it literally says more Atlantic.
Dude, again, it's the sight gags. The fact that it had the England thing like Hollywood when he got there.
Yep.
And then like the whole like he rented a horse and stuff, had the whole full Robin Hood suit on. And then we meet a Chew, son of a Sneeze. which by the way, the fact that Sneeze just busted out a wallet with his son's face on there.
That was funny.
Like he's an exchange student over in your country. And he's getting beaten up like Rodney King. Literally.
He goes, I love the line. Man, I hope somebody video record this shit.
Look at beating him up as he's wearing fucking pumps.
That was great, man.
Hold on, time out. Gotta get some air. Psst, psst. Which, by the way, I never got those shoes. I know they reintroduced them back onto the market, as like a throwback and stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to pay that much for them though.
You never had the originals.
I never had the pumps. I had the LA fucking lights. My parents bought that shit, but they never got me the pumps. I was very disheartened. Did you get them? Did you ever have them?
I actually did.
I'm jealous. Like child me is jealous of child you.
I had both actually. I had your shoes, the LA lights. I had those. And I was mad how fast the battery died on those damn things.
I didn't know you could take the battery out till my dad told me and stuff. And he actually went to CVS and got the battery for me and stuff and replaced it.
Yeah, when they showed it on they showed it for the commercial for the shoes. They actually showed like the actual piece.
See, I barely remember it. So it was like because you're a kid, you just see lights and you're like, oh, okay, cool, that's fine.
Nah, I pay attention to that shit.
See, I didn't. I was just all fascinated on lights, like, ooh, lights.
I was always fascinated how it worked. And when they showed what it looked like when you take it out of the shoe, I was like, what? That blew my little mind.
See, now that shit ain't nothing because, everybody has, lights on shoes. You can use that just done. It's like whatever and stuff. But anyways.
I still get fascinated by glow in the dark sneakers.
I mean, I mean, it's everything with shoes nowadays. When it's not expensive, is always there. I mean, hell, Willie's is the ones that had me like, oh, you can put wheels in these shits. All right, we've hit that level now.
Yeah, we have.
But nah, Astiz get beat up by Prince John's men and stuff, and Robin decides to join in and stuff. And again, little small sight gag. He's like, "Oh, you gonna watch my back? Yeah, you got punched twice.
Thank you.
Thank you." So the Sneeze and Robin end up beating up the guys and stuff, and they end up getting together and they end up going to Robin's place. And again, sight gag. So we could just pull whole ass castles with horses.
I know, right? No, dude. How about the fact that the name of the company is an actual company called Sherwood Movers?
Bruh, my man, he was fun. He's like, all right, guys, let's go. You don't pay, we take it.
I man said reading and weeping. It was a whole ass note. It said failure to pay taxes.
You don't pay, we take it. Let's go.
My man said, it's like, I vow. Yeah, you vow, we move.
And then takes the castle and then fucking blinking his fucking ass. Let me tell you something. I can go with a lot of sight gags in movies, but a blind man looking at a Playboy that has fucking
First of all, the Playboy was in Braille.
Braille Playboy.
I like this little motion that Blinken was doing.
Also, shout out to Blinken not wiping, just pulling his pants up and shit, just not giving a fuck.
Well, who's to say
hey man,
hold on. First of all, who's to say he was actually using the bathroom?
Ooh, that's a good point. But also,
I know I had to hit that jump with thicker than a bowl of oatmeal jump.
I mean, come on, think about it. Where's the typical place that most guys go to read a Playboy? In the bathroom. You're not even using it. You're in there to read.
Guys, Look at me. Men, look at me. You jerk off in the bathroom. We all do.
Also, again, that whole pull your pants up, no wipe, that's some like 5-year-old shit. It's like 5-year-old, D.L. Hughley, that joke still fucking rings true to this day. He's like, what is up with 5-year-olds? They sit there and take a dump and they just peel the pants up. Don't wipe, just pull the pants up and shit.
Yo, man, I punched my son. This is true. I punched the shit out of my son when he was like 4. After he was potty trained and everything, he just took a whole ass shit, just right in his pants. It didn't look at me like it was confusing.
First off, D, the way you emphasize, I punched my son.
Oh no, I mean,
it could be worse. It could be worse. D, it could be worse. Listen, D, your son could have pulled the Randy Marsh from South Park. He could have called you in, Father, come look at this.
Father,
it is the greatest crap I've ever taken.
Nah, but just the fact that Blinken hits the statue, he's like, oh my god, you lost your
arms. But you got some great bibs, though.
Blinken. Oh, you're over here.
Blinken. I remember the first time I seen that, my dad laughing uncontrollably at the name Blinken for a blind person.
Blinken.
That was like the funniest thing in the world of my dad at that second. The second they said his name was Blinken.
Also, minor reference. The next scene with the Home Alone kid just uncontrollably screaming because that was the big thing. That was the big thing in the 90s.
Yeah, you know what?
Of course they had to do it. It was wasn't this Fox?
Yeah, no, 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, it was Fox.
Yeah, they had to do the obligatory. We got a fox, literally and figuratively, in the fucking movie when it was like, send the fox.
12th century.
Well, fox him.
First of all, one thing to point out about that fox: when they decided to use the carrier fox, they tied the note to him and everything, and they sent him off on his way. Like, dog, why the flipper sounds? Why did
I don't care what you say.
Dolphin. It was hilarious.
Eris, it's stuff like that make me say that is what made a lot of children, a lot of adults at that time was like, we need to have fun with sound effects.
We do.
Just randomly. And I guarantee you, the sound editor or whomever or the producers of Rocco's Modern Life saw Men in Tights is like, you know what we need to do? Just randomly just have a cat sound. Just randomly put it in a sheet.
Well, you know what? We know both of these shows came out in the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocco and Robin Hood, they both came out the same year.
Also, side note, the 90s was just, I just reminded myself, man, the 90s really was full of just smart animal movies, wasn't it? Flipper, Lassie.
Smart animal
movies.
Lassie got a reboot movie. Fucking Flipper got a reboot movie.
Lassie came out in 94, 96, I think.
Either way, man. Either way.
Yeah. I remember Flipper going
to. They got Paul Hogan. I'm like, yo, y'all got Crocodile Dundee in a Flipper movie. All right.
I remember Flipper being revived on Nickelodeon. That's what really did it. Nickelodeon playing reruns.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember the reruns. No, Chris, do you remember that movie with it was this young kid. Well, I'm not gonna say it. Like this teenager and his dog. They got
in the woods. They were stuck in like the Pacific Northwest or whatever. And a plane crash.
Yeah. What was it? Far Away Home or Long Way Home?
Might as well say, hey, we're gonna film in the woods of Canada. It's cheap. Have fun.
It started out on a boat.
He crash landed in Canada. I'm like, kid, you're not that far from Washington State. All right, just walk your ass to Washington State. Fine.
It's you and a dog, and the dog fought a bear.
Yo, first off, look. I've seen the movie with fucking what's his face, the other dude, the other Baldwin brother. Bears will kill you. You mean to tell me this fucking canine dog can fight a bear? Get out of my face, man. Even Benji knew to run away from a fucking bear. Benji was running away from bears. This dog was like, nah, I'm gonna fight this shit head on. I'm like,
about that life, son.
I'm about that life. I'm like, bruh, come on, man. Oh man, you said Benji the Hunter. I remember that movie.
It's a Disney classic.
That's a franchise, by the way. That's a franchise. I'm really like, they really made a franchise. That's crazy. But but I just like how they introduced the sheriff of Runningham with his guys like his
guards literally singing the fanfare. I swear from that point, even before that, I was like, this is going to be a silly ass movie.
Dude, it's silly. Just even to, like, the sheriff of Rottingham is just like this guy that's just trying to prove himself every step of the way, which, if you can't tell, if you never watched Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, that's basically what this movie is. It's basically parodying the fuck out of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves every step of the way. And it's funny for it. I mean, now, like I said, the sheriff of Rottingham is literally like what's Alan Rickman's character?
I was gonna say he was Alan Rickman from
Prince of Thieves.
Well, not just Prince of Thieves, but also from Die Hard. He was still rocking that same beard,
bruh. Still same beard and everything. The only difference was in Prince of Thieves, he just looked a little bit more dirty. That's about it. But it was like, because real talk, Alan Rickman is great in everything. He was great in that fucking movie too. Mm-hmm. But this movie is literally parodying Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, because the sheriff of Rottingham in Men in Tights is just this guy that's trying to prove himself, and he overcompensates everything, even down to let's draw swords, and then the sword breaks, and he's like, well,
that was funny. Like the sword broke completely
from the hilt, not even in pieces, just at the hilt. And he's like, huh.
So it was click.
And then Robin Hood just cuts it, and he just slides underneath, and he was like,
underneath the horse.
He's like, man, you need to worry about that horse pissing on you, sir.
Right there. That right there was like Chappelle show writing.
Oh my god! And then just the fact that he's like, "Don't mind the rocks."
The guards still singing as they.
It's like, will you shut up? It's like, will you shut up? Yo, and then the fact that the kid runs away like, back to go home alone now.
Again, this is a silly ass movie.
Dog, and then the shit that got me though. The shit that got me is the fucking Little John. It's just the fact that he was like, yeah, my name is Little John, but truth be told, between me and you, I'm really big in real life. Couldn't tell. Good tell.
I
Sure.
always thought it was like a penis joke. I always took that for a dick joke, but it's like, okay, John.
But
I actually took it for literally his height and size. He's like, no, it's just a name. I happen to be very large. Like, I'm actually quite big.
no, and then this boy, when he's like, yeah, my name is Will Scarlett O'Hara. And they just looked at each other like, okay.
I'm from Georgia.
Yeah, thank you. I'm from Georgia.
That's again, as Sue said, it's silly because the stick fight between Little John and Robin Hood. Even as a kid, I laughed my ass off. It just de-escalates to like the stick breaking in half. Like,
hey, I don't mean to be that person, but I don't think this is worth a fight. I mean, look, I'm over here.
Yeah.
Now I'm over here.
Yeah, I'm on the east
side. Now I'm on the west side.
I mean, I'm just saying, it ain't worth it. Doesn't matter. It's the principle of it.
I love the fact that they had enough. Like, the one thing I will give Carrie Elways, and I think it was done on purpose, was for every scene, even in he's a fit scene, he has a shit-eating grin on his face. So it's like, he has that look on his face. I just know that was done on purpose, you know.
Oh man, just the fact that it just escalated and stuff, and then when it broke, they were like,
look,
That needs to be a thing.
Oh my god!
Anybody want to settle differences? You just put the stick out like that and wait for the first person has to hit.
I remember doing that shit with pencils and breaking so many number 2 pencils. My parents being pissed off at me, like, how many pencils did you break, son?
One of the best episodes on Craig of the Creek, which is a show about black kids in the kids in the DMV area. But anyway, what they did an episode where it was literally like WWF, but it was like pencil fighting, and it was so stupid, and it was one of the most cutest shit I've ever seen. I love that show. I love that show.
Every time we talk about Craig of the Creek, I gotta put on my PG County monocle.
Oh yeah. Actually, you see, there's history.
PG County is Wakanda, all black.
But it's like this. But I like how me and Jared, shout out boy Jared. I like how Jared, a dude from Baltimore. Hey, I think that's Baltimore County. Okay, Baltimore person. No, it's not. But he was like, come on, dude. That kind of look like Howard County. Kind of do. Yeah. But I'm like, there's way too many white kids that are that don't have parents on meth that are
Howard County is the distant cousin of PG County.
Howard County and Anne Arundel County are the cousins. Like, hey, we part of the family. We don't talk to them.
We don't talk about them.
Virginia don't like talking about them. They blame us. Like PGMO County like this. They blame us for this shit. They barely want Charles County. I don't want that nigga there.
I don't know, man. Y'all both might laugh at this, but I think there's a reason why Anne Arundel County wants to try to claim Bowie so bad. They really do. I mean, the close proximity there, it's right there. They want it so bad.
I can see that.
I mean, they'll get Crofton, but they ain't getting PG. They ain't getting Bowie. Yeah, that's about as close as you're gonna get and stuff. So but yeah, that whole thing.
See now, Chris, that's a good screenshot.
I did. I screenshot. It's in Dropbox already.
See, that's how you do it, my dude. That's how you do it.
Hey, I hit that print screen and it said, "Oh, screenshot is in Dropbox."
That is a face. There's a look that says, "I am disgusted with what I'm seeing."
Oh my god, man! But nah, it's like the whole escalation fight, and the fact that like when he was like, "Yeah, so my man Will has the fastest knives in there," and I like how Robin looked at him like, "All right, your death," and he just cuts it all. He's like, "What part of it? What part of Georgia are you from?" I don't think he answered that. He was just like,
didn't answer that.
So whatever and stuff. But like the next scene, if I remember correctly, this is, I think, is it Mae Marian?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mae Marian singing and stuff. And she's in the bathroom.
Clearly not her singing.
But yeah, not her singing, obviously, and stuff. But I like as she's getting out of the tub and stuff, we see the chastity belt that she has on and stuff.
Built by Everlast.
Non-rusted, by the way. And I like how her guardian, was it Broomhilda? I think Broomhilda and stuff. Her whole shtick throughout the movie is like no guy can ever get to her. They got to get married and stuff. Even to the point that Robin blows a kiss and she just catches it like.
And she's like, no, no,
not there and stuff. So small little joke and stuff. They go Disney princess was like, look, it's a bluebird. It's a blue jay. And the bird poops on her head.
That was funny. I mean, it was like something that it was like that whole sequence was like straight out of Disney.
Oh my god! Oh, by the way, the opening credits of this movie is funny because again, it's just like Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, where it's like the burn away, cut away with the names, and the village is like, a village is on fire. Why do they keep burning villages for the opening credits? Can't they do something different?
Like, why do they keep doing it in these Robin Hood movies?
and yo, the thing of it is, you think they're just joking? No, these are truths. Look at every Robin Hood movie. That is opening credits.
Every Robin Hood movie did that, except for the
Disney one. Yeah, Disney one and stuff.
The Disney one opened up with like the most mellow ass song ever.
I'm like, yo, I swear, yo, real talk. I swear, it's like, did somebody just go in the booth and been like, so yeah, what's going to be the opening song for this? I don't know. Just do some beatboxing with your mouth or something. I don't fucking know. It's like, all right.
I want you to look at the way. I just want you to look at the way that this rooster is walking while strumming a guitar. And what's the first song that just comes to your head?
And look, as much as I can sit there and say that's the most white guy shit ever, I was jamming out to that fucking song. That is like a chill ass song.
That song was chill as fuck.
That's the reason why I bought that fucking movie on Blu-ray. I was like, I got to get this movie on Blu-ray.
It was a nice change of pace for Robin Hood movies. Like, holy shit, we're not starting out with flaming, burning arrows and shit. We didn't see that until way later in that movie.
Dude, even with the new one with fucking Gladiator himself playing Robin Hood, which that was the most. I was like, yo, when did Robin Hood get serious? Can we get whimsical Robin Hood? I want that back, guys.
That's what threw me off with the Robin Hood movie from '91. I was like, wow,
I like Prince of Thieves. Don't get it twisted. I love it. I love it.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Prince of Thieves was really good, and I was like, God, this is really different. Like, again, I'm a kid, so the only Robin Hood I was used to seeing was the Disney one at that time. So when you see a live action one, I'm going, man, like, what's that one going to be like? And holy shit, this was something else.
But I like the transition to that though. This is a good transition. I like how Robin Hood tells the boys, hey, I can sneak in by myself. I'm gonna do this on my own. As he tries to jump onto the horse. And again, he uses the trailer, man, white man can't jump. So they get to the party and stuff, right? And they're doing the whole check-in and showing his 90s. Motherfucker put a club on a horse.
Yep.
Lock it all. And I had a club on my car.
I remember you did.
In retrospect, the club works to the degree that it can work. I heard somebody, no bullshit, tell a story about it, how they had a club in their car and they lost the key. And they can only turn left on the way home. And I was like, that had to be the horrible ass drive. Like, you could only turn left.
That's terrible.
Which, by the way, kids, don't get a club ever in life. It's a good thing, but it's like, you better hope, number one, you had the key, but two, it did prevent thefts. If anything, it was an annoying deterrence, if anything. So
it prevented thefts, but you want to know the other thing that also prevents thefts? Own a manual.
Yeah, that's true.
Just own a manual, own a stick shift. If you got a manual transmission.
See, Master Tame has mentioned the club in Jersey. Look, at some point, maybe we might do New Jersey Drive or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. But like New Jersey, I heard New Jersey was like infamous for like car thefts, like big time and stuff. And like clubs wasn't shit in New Jersey around that time because motherfuckers just cut that shit off and then that's it and stuff.
Oh, so you want another place that's also very popular for car thefts?
What?
Japan.
I'm not shocked. That doesn't shock me whatsoever.
The number one car that gets stolen for the oddest thing. Sylvia's. Fucking S13s, S14s, S15s all getting snatched.
Man, that's crazy. That is crazy. But I like how he rolls up there pig on his back and just. Oh, by the way, the mime is entertaining the king. He's like, kill him, get him out of here. Hold on. A mime is
a terrible thing to waste.
All right, let him live. Let him live. Robin kicks down the door, puts the pig on the table, right? And it's just like
how he just storms in like he owns the place. Just drops the wild pig in front of him.
And again, Roger Rees plays the sheriff of Rottingham perfectly, trying to prove himself because the whole time he's just stumbling over his words and stuff about like him. Because again, you can't hunt in the woods on the king's land and stuff, and he's just flabbergasted, like what?
I like how everybody was going, what? Because he literally just took that whole sentence and just mixed every word.
Yeah. And then I like how he was like, what makes you so different from other Robin Hoods? Because unlike other Robin Hoods, I speak with an English accent. I can.
When he looked into the camera and dared to say that, I said, ooh.
Now, for those that don't know,
this movie got some shade.
For those that don't know, our man Kevin Costner, his English accent was horrible. Holy shit.
Wasn't that good? Wasn't that good?
Let's go, May Marianne. I'm like, that's it, Kevin. That's it. They might as well just say Kevin Costner, just speak in your normal voice. Don't even do it.
No, Chris, it goes right back to that Family Guy joke. How does Kevin Costner keep getting work?
No, that was Matthew McConaughey.
No, it wasn't. It was Kevin Costner. It was Kevin Costner.
Okay.
Because he said, "How does Kevin Costner keep getting work?"
Because when Carrie Ellis says that shit,
first of all, no one will ever say that about Matthew McConaughey. All right, he's a national treasure.
Fair enough. No, but it's just
you've seen that Lincoln commercial he did.
No, but what had me rolling is that when he said that shit, I was like, yo, he ain't lying, because Kevin Costner, that accent was all over the fucking place in Prince of Thieves. Like, I don't even think Morgan Freeman had an accent in that movie. I don't think he did. Yeah, it was just Morgan Freeman being Morgan Freeman. I think Christian Slater had an accent, I think.
He tried.
And Christian Slater was probably closest between the two, but that's not saying much.
The only one on the level of actually giving a shit.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Alan Rickman,
right?
Because Rickman gives 100%. But also, we're gonna get to it with Patrick Stewart playing the king, because there's another shade joke in that shit too. Mm-hmm. So he throws it down, and they do the whole "I challenge you to do it." And he slaps him, and he's like, motherfucker pulls out the steel glove. I fucking hollered.
He just grabbed the steel glove off the table. I'm like, I knew that glove was sitting there for a reason.
He just slapped him, and Roger Rees' face was like, ow.
I'm like, Roger, first of all, I'm surprised you're not knocked out, sir. That is a whole ass steel glove that you got bitch slapped with.
My man, the whole movie, like, I love him, man. I really do love him. He really did kind of more or less steal the movie every time he was on screen, man. He really went for it. I love it. But like, they get into a fight. They start fighting and stuff, and that's when the Merry Men, rolled up in there and they're helping Robin, and we get this whole big fight and stuff that's just ridiculous as hell, with Blinken fighting a damn pole.
I'm not gonna lie, I laughed my ass off at that part.
I didn't think I was gonna laugh at that, but then when I saw it, I was like, that's actually fucking hilarious.
Dude, the fact that they sped up that scene.
Yo, my man was going hard in the fucking paint on that shit. Like, yo, he was really like getting it, like
You could tell he was all winded and shit.
Dude, when he got the final stab, it's like, whew. Nah, but actually before that, when he gives Robin the beard, right, and they do the pan shot, you see Blinken just swinging the sword. Yeah.
He looked all robotic and shit. My man was looking like an NPC. You can no longer interact with him. He's just doing his thing.
Oh, he just swung the sword.
In animation loop.
Oh my god, man! And then just the fact that it ends off with like, with all the armored men rolling there, and just Rich Lewis like, I hope it's worth all the noise.
Oh man,
I like that shot though. You seeing all the men in the armor falling over, tipping over each other. I like it because like a good portion of them are fake, but like some of them have to have a
see the
real
bend.
guy in them so they can reach the other one so it can tip over. So
Oh,
it's actually a pretty decent shot.
You could tell with some of the shots. If you see a bend the knee, that's when you knew it was real and stuff.
Yeah, I like how
love
one
the
just falls right over because he was too short and he had to kind of nudge him with his head.
I love the I just love the domino effect.
Oh my god, no! But just before that, when Robin was like right rope, because prior to that he grabbed the wrong fucking rope and just fucking flat on the fucking ground after that shit.
No, he tried to cut. No. What it was he tried to drop the chandelier on the guard. Yeah. He cut the wrong one and it dropped on him. And then he grabs the rope and goes, the right to rope.
I laugh at that because it was
and the part that made it even more silly was all of the guys in armor literally passed Robin.
Oh yeah, shout out to Master Tabor. He right. Kevin Costner can't change his voice for shit. He really can't, man.
He can't.
My man cannot do an accent. It's like, Kevin, play a Southern guy. Sure, I guess. I mean, it was that movie Black and White or whatever and shit. I'm like, Kevin, your Southern accent is garbage. What are we doing?
Every accent that Kevin Costner has is garbage.
As I said earlier, come on, Maid Marian. I'm like, all right, guy. All right.
Come on, Maid Marian, let's go. How art thou?
I've seen wooden actors. I've also seen real wood.
I've seen both.
All right, you know what? All right, Eric, look. I didn't catch it because I'm going through a rolling blackouts apparently right now. But I just have one question: did Eris talk about the Maid Marian's cheeks?
No, he did not.
I did not.
I'm shocked, Eris.
I didn't mention the cheeks. I mean, all I mentioned was the chastity belt.
I mean, the cheeks weren't.
Okay, cool. That's fine enough.
The cheeks weren't. First of all, no. I got this, Chris. I know why you asked me that question, because when she turns around and takes that first step out of the tub, yeah, it looks like there's some cheekage. But then she turns around completely, and that was an optical illusion.
Yes, it was. You forget.
I have no words.
Yeah, you forget. Yes, pretty face. But Amy Yazbek is like every other white woman in the early 90s. That is no ass inside.
You know what? It was the typical. You know what it was? It was the typical thing that white women. She also had the white woman look. The white woman that had the long hair and it just overflows past her boobs and stuff. That look.
What gets me about her, she was perfect for it because you needed a woman that be a little bit silly and her whole accent is kind of like how Matt Berry's accent is. Matt Berry's accent is totally made up.
Yeah, he
came up with that weird accent like that, and she kind of did the same thing where it's like Shakespearean, but at the same time it's someone who is clearly overacting it. I kind of like that.
She's always been good for the silly roles, because even when she was in Problem Child, I actually liked her as just playing that like overbearing wife.
Yeah.
Ain't it great that we know for a fact that somewhere, somehow, she was banging John Ritter at the time? That was awesome. Anyway.
Man. Hey, it's rare that you get like a couple that met each other on a movie and they got married because of it. That's crazy.
I don't know about that, Chris. You want to take a number on that?
I'm about to say, one already comes to mind. That was Clerks.
Also, let's also not discriminate. Fuck buddies were found on set too.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. Hey Chris. That's when you just pick a random, not true rumor. Like, yeah, that's right. Billy Bob Thornton and I don't know, Yasmin Bleak was having sex.
I don't know if I'm gonna fucking be real with this and stuff. Will and Jada. Because you remember Will was going through that shit with his wife before they divorced, and he met Jada through the auditions for Fresh Prince and all that. So,
And then and look, now it's time for D not to be shit. And then they went swinging 7 years later and started lying to the world about their relationship. It's a grand.
Then we saw Will crying, man tears, and we all laughed.
It wasn't.
I just like how that nigga went from man tears to damn man. I need to get back in shape.
First of all,
No, so we're just not gonna explain the cuck relationship that was going on, huh?
first of all, Chris, that was not a man tear. That was how come he don't want me, man tears.
It really was.
To me, it wasn't how come you don't want me no more. Like, so this is how you gonna do me? That's what that was.
No, wait, I'm sorry. No, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me take that back. It wasn't how come you don't want me, man, because that was more serious. It was, y'all. I'm sorry. Those are my pills, Carlton. I ain't mean for you to take them.
Actually, no. That was the please say psych face. Please say psych. Please say psych. Please tell me you're joking. It's like, nah, Will, I suck all I've seen is dick. All right, deal with it.
No,
I did not. Now, first off, Will.
Hold up, Chris. No, it wasn't that one. We got one more that we can go back to this movie. I promised somebody that if I said hello, you talk to me. Hello. Please say hello to me.
You know what that face was there, Chris? I tell you that face was also.
God, I love I Am Legend. I'm sorry.
I Am Legend was I Am Legend is how Will feels like inside. He has no one to talk to.
When he's at home by himself, dude, that was him during COVID. That's basically what was right there.
You gotta think about it. That was him during COVID. You gotta think about it. His son right now, like, yeah, Dad, we cool, but I ain't trying to talk to you. I'm trying to do all this weird shit. His daughter, Dad, I'm a pansexual now. You're gonna have to. Okay. So you gotta think your life sucks. Also,
the only one in this other son is like,
my wife clearly said that she was gargling the balls of a D+ R&B singer. So you know what? My life is not grand right now. Okay.
At this point, I need to move. I need to just move to like an abandoned ass town and get a dog.
AKA his big ass fucking property where he was basically chilling in his big ass garage, pretty much through all the COVID.
All he was
smart.
Listen, all he was missing, Chris, was the dog. He just needed the dog from my.
I saw that picture of his property, and I'm like, so Will, the whole COVID, you were just chilling in that big ass garage that you made a studio.
Of course.
I'm just saying, dog. For a nigga, Will, for a nigga that fucked the shit out of Margot Robbie plenty of times, you are a sad dude, dog.
So you fucked Harley Quinn. At this point, you should just throw that shit in Jada's face at that point. Like, I fucked Harley Quinn, bitch.
I would too, man. I'll be making up shit. I will play on Jada's homophobia. Oh yeah, she a black woman. She got some of it.
First of all, it's Margot Robbie. If any of us was given the opportunity, believe me, we'd be crazy to say no.
Actually, I'd be an asshole about it too. The Jay is like, I fucked Jamie Presley's doppelganger. What? You figure it out. You figure it out.
And I like the fact that you called Jamie Presley the true clone and not Margot Robbie.
Hey, you put them side by side. And they tell you, and one of them sits there and says, I'm the real Jamie Presley. Who you shooting? Exactly. Take your pick.
Actually, it's very easy. She a Carolina girl. Hey, I got a question. Pig feet, yes or no? Yeah.
It's like, Margot, you gotta go.
Margot, let her Australian come out. No, wait.
Good night, mate. Whoa, shit.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna shoot Harley Quinn.
So you would purposely shoot Jamie Presley.
I will shoot. No, and just to drive the knife in further, I'm gonna say this was for Ringmaster.
It's like, no.
Right when I pull the trigger, I'll say this is for Ringmaster.
Nah, but for
granted, yes, you became a Knight Rider when you was boning freaking Michael J. White in that movie, but that ain't enough.
Yeah, so but anyway, so after that whole thing, they end up getting the whole country to get on Robin's side. They have the speech, and again, it's the 90s. We gotta get a Malcolm X reference in there because there was a lot of movies doing those little.
I like how he just broke the glasses out and put his finger to his head. That is Every black man has done that. Every black man that has a pair of glasses has done that. Every black man has done that. Eris, don't look the other way. Every black
I'm
man
not
has
looking
done
the other
that.
way. I know I do that.
Look
I
it.
mean,
Look it.
hey, you remember, dude? I remember when Malcolm X came out, and just there was a fever pitch of just like so much merchandising and just everything that was happening at that point
Remember the
in time.
shirts that came out when that movie dropped?
X.
There was a lot of niggas named Earl that knew somebody that had a t-shirt shop that just made a whole lot of X shirts.
You look at it now, and then you try to look at it now, and it's mostly sorry, it's mostly the picture of Malcolm holding the shotgun looking out the window.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, man, that shit's real. I hate that picture, man. Oh, I hate that picture. I hate that picture of Malcolm with the shotgun so much.
I mean, it's
Well,
like
yeah,
level of Che on a fucking Che Guevara on a shirt at this point.
I was like, yo, I hate that picture because Malcolm wasn't about that life like that.
It was him
You know why he
protecting
had
his
a
fucking
shotgun?
family.
Because he didn't know who was trying to kill him.
Thank
Get out
you.
get out my face, dog. He was
Anyway,
just like,
It's the same thing as all the Scarface pictures of Tony holding the freaking grenade launcher.
do you know what happened at that point? Yeah, he was killing them niggas. Because he didn't do his job and he got high and he killed
and
his best friend.
also a guy with aviator shades rolled up behind him and capped his ass. So what was the lesson here, folks? What was the lesson
Oh
here?
man, I just like how one of the wild Samoans showed up and just made his sister's stomach Swiss cheese. I bet that Chris just dropped the camera.
Chris murdered his camera.
I bet that you just dropped right there. Like I also have this feeling like all right. Before we go on, I just got to say there, it's our favorite line. Fuck me, Tony.
Fuck me, Tony.
Yo.
You fuck me.
Of course there's the corny joke. This one, countrymen, lend me your ears, and everybody grab their ear and throw it.
Yo, I like how he's like, that was disgusting.
Oh Lord, man.
Dude,
Then
just the fact that he was mentioning all these good socialist stuff and everybody just fell asleep on that shit.
Everybody wants basically I like how they was like it was all trying to rile up the troops and all that. I'm thinking to myself, there's only like 18 people there. That's going to take down all of England. 18 guys in tights.
The whole trainings montage is fucking hilarious.
It almost worked for King Leonidas.
Yeah. Hey, look, he had the hot springs to help him, mitigate that. The hot gates. Yeah, the hot gates to mitigate that shit. So he can do that with 15 people. Real life, not really.
Hey man, it's called tactics.
Also, unless you're The Walking Dead and it's just Daryl and like 5 people and shit, you could fight off a zombie wave and shit.
You know what? As much as I thought I wasn't going to like it, I thought it was hilarious that 5 men on horseback took a Derrick Henry stiff arm to the chest. I thought that was hilarious.
Not even
all
that.
of them just failed.
Not
one. All of them.
No, not even that. Just the fact that when they were jousting and they all had like the famous like Campbell soup. No, Dave Chappelle with the backwards hat cap.
They're the backwards snapback.
That is subtle comedy right there a little bit. Just subtle.
I just had this feeling that Dave didn't come up with it. And because that just seems like something a white person would do to us. Like, hey, wear this. It'll be fun.
Backwards.
And then you look at it like, this is really a snapback.
I still have to say that needs to be a thing.
But also, guys, the subtle part of it too, he still wore the fucking damn pumps.
He did. He kept the pumps on the whole time.
The whole time, like a nigga. I ain't taking all these Kobe's, bro. That's like a nigga.
Ass.
These Charles Buck Blacktops, man. I ain't taking these motherfuckers.
Also,
now, if there were some Jordans, he would make sure that they don't crease.
Man, also the single funniest moment that even then that came into a GIF. Thank God they made it to a GIF is when they were fucking up on the bow and arrow, and Robin looks at the camera, looks back. Huh. But also too, when the sneeze sits there and says, no, is it true? Yeah, true. A true sister and says, yeah, true sister says, man, we might as well go on ahead and just replace them with the dummies. I like how Robin was like, and it just cuts. And I was like, was that supposed to be a joke there that I didn't get?
Nah, I thought it was going to actually like hurl dummies over there.
If they did hurl dummies, believe me, this movie would have been 5 times funnier.
Yeah.
Oh man,
nothing is funnier than seeing a dummy in a big budget feature film.
Did we not go back through this last episode?
Yes, we did.
I tell you what's funny. When your cameo shows up and this nigga just doesn't give a fuck about the goddamn script. It felt like Roger Reese was talking to a wall when it came to Dom DeLuise. It felt like Dom was like, I'm doing a bit. You're just gonna have to ride with it, nigga.
Dude, Dom DeLuise basically going with the Godfather, right?
Yeah, that was more Godfather references. You know how it goes.
The Clint Eastwood dude did not get me. It was his boy. That's why I was like, that's me. When he was like, yes, and this is my guy over here. When he stood up, he was like, I am glad that I came to your daughter's wedding.
I hope your child becomes a masculine woman.
May your first child become a masculine child. He's like, will you shut up?
What are you doing? Shut up. We ain't had the meeting yet.
Now, of course, when he did that scene, I was like, yeah, you got to bring in a Luca Brasi. I needed a Luca Brasi.
No, when he sat there, was like, I am taking the cotton balls and I am putting it into my pocket right now.
Yo, the Jordan give me, he was like, I noticed that he doesn't talk to her. Oh, yeah. He didn't talk that much. Why? Because he looked at one guy and go, cut his tongue out.
Hey, do this. Do this.
Hey, show him your tongue. He can't do it.
I swear that whole time, that whole bit, I swear, D, that was you and Chris.
No, just right there. No, the thing that got me was like, no, you can't do it.
That was you and Chris. Like, Chris tried to be all stoic and shit. D, you were definitely Dom DeLuise.
I'm looking at him like, you ain't shit, dude. Fuck you.
Like, D was Dom DeLuise, and me trying to be the overly serious one. Yes, I'm Luca Brasi.
He's going to be gone. He D-E-D.
Dead.
Go ahead, laugh.
Actually, the shit that had me dying, it was like when Roddy was telling him, but Robin Hood, he's the best archer in the world. Oh, really? Yeah, Roger, stand up. Show him your medals. He showed him the medals.
Wow, I know, I couldn't believe it myself.
What's wrong with your leg? Hey, Charlie, wait here. Actually, I think he was doing Brando too, because it could have been a contender.
Yeah, that could have been a contender.
All right, he got excited. Come here real quick. Just wipe that on his homie.
Yo, Roger was looking at it like all right.
Oh god, man.
I can only imagine I really could only imagine trying to do that scene and not laugh,
because it really felt like Roger, like, okay, I'm gonna have to just
try
turn this law before this motherfucker keeps talking, because I'm pretty sure they cut out like a minute of not funny and a minute of really, really hilarious that they couldn't put into a movie. I guarantee you,
the
man.
shit between Prince John and Sheriff is always funny because there's 2 interactions prior to that have me rolling. When Prince is looking at Sheriff like, all right, Sheriff, I don't want you to say anything bad news. You have to make it happy. And I like how he's like, started just doing the fake laugh. He's like, yeah, Robin Hood, he made it in there and he said he's going to kill you. He's like, that's terrible news.
He really hates you.
It's like, that's terrible news. Why are you laughing?
But because you told me to do the thing, and I was just trying to do the thing that you wanted me to do. Well, it failed.
In the second one, he's in a fucking jacuzzi, and they're literally blowing bubbles in the fucking jacuzzi.
All right, blow, not the bubbles. Go.
Now, D, I agree with you. That was me.
Yeah.
All right, blow, not you. Go.
Not even that. It's when
I'm
Sheriff was
sorry,
like,
real talk. That's some balling ass shit. Think of it. You in the it is the 10th century. I need a jacuzzi. You got a bunch of motherfuckers literally blowing bubbles in your bath.
hot
That
ass
is some
breath,
balleristic shit, nigga.
hot ass breath in the fucking tub and shit.
Hey,
It's like, hey,
look. Real
that's
talk.
not. It's like, hey,
Don't
listen.
knock it till you tried it.
Like, hey, listen. It's not me. It's from these guys.
But the dog, when the sheriff looked at it, was like, "But sir, I thought your mole was on the other side of your face."
Again,
I
this
have
is
a mole?
no. Again, this is
They're
again.
gonna do it,
Again,
Eric.
Chris. Again, Chris. That's me. I have a mole.
That was one of two lines I said. That's why I picked Eris.
Nah, but dog, the shit when Prince John meets up with Tracy Ullman the witch, and she gives him the bowl with the eyeballs and the fucking bird egg. And he's like, that's interesting.
It's just like a pastry at Vincent Price's house.
I like how he ate a little bit and he spits out the eyeball. I love it because that thing had serious bounce too when he spit it out.
The best line from that moment was Tracy Ullman. Testicles of newt. I guess you can. It's like testicles of newt. Guess you can say he's a transsexual now.
Man.
I swear.
It's actually a good joke.
No, it's a very good. It's a very good joke. I guarantee you, if anybody did that now, this movie would have been problematic.
Not even that. When he said
insensitive.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Moment of personal privilege. This movie.
Not even that.
I'm sorry. This scene offended me.
Not even that. When he was like, "So your family's name is Latrine? Well, it was Shithouse before, and then we changed it to Latrine."
Again, good writing. Good writing.
Part that had me dying is when he had he showed the king the catapult. A stealth catapult, mind you, whatever. But a catapult nonetheless. And he pulls the lever, he goes flying into the witch's all room. I love it. Oh Lord, if you can see my prince, send me a man.
Like,
thank you. She hops on. No, the best part about it when he leaves her. I touched it.
I touched it. No, when she says,
I was
this close.
I touched
it. She looked at the camera. It was just the fact that she looked at the camera and said, I was this close. I touched it.
Dude, that is, you know who else?
Tracy Ullman, you almost stole this movie.
Tracy Ullman, old girl from Saturday Night Live reminds me of Tracy Ullman. Old girl that was in Ghostbusters.
Kirsten?
Christian Wiig.
No.
Yeah.
The other chick that played Egon. That was the Egon.
Jane.
Yeah.
You gonna fuck up her last name, but yeah, her.
Yeah, she has Tracy Ullman vibes.
You're right. Because when she does Rudy Giuliani, she always kills me because it really looks like Nosferatu. What you need to do. Come on, listen to me.
Kate Kinnick.
Huh?
Yeah, Kate Kinnick.
Kate Kinnick.
Kate, not Jane. Kate Kinnick. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Kate Kinnick and stuff. Yeah, it's just because, just when she sat there and says, "I almost touched it," and she stares in the camera for 2 more seconds, I fucking died because it's
yeah.
That's some pervy old white woman shit right there. Like, I almost touched it.
That's a woman that's fiending for dick.
I was this close.
That is fiending for dick. When you get it, I touched it. Yeah.
So the fact that she said I almost touched it, like I was this close, I'm like, bro, what kind of Pokemon Go shit are you on?
Easy errors, rape.
You know what? That's another reason why this movie couldn't be made today.
Nah, man, you get away with that. See,
no, you can't. No, you can't.
No, see, Eric, you can because it's a man.
No,
Oh boy.
No, just stop. You cannot convince me. It would not work either way.
The joke.
I like how in movies you can't have a rape scene, even in a rated R movie, but in television, rape scenes are like, oh, go ahead, get one.
No, not just in television, D, but in TV sitcoms, it's the point of the story.
It's like M&M's for television. Oh, somebody gets raped in this?
Hey guys,
Okay. All right, here's the rules.
Let me tell you, that was the plot point of every. If you had a comedy, you were guaranteed one no means no episode involving rape. I'm looking at you, different world. I understand you want to tackle real world conversations, but I gotta look at T-Mac try to rape fucking Cree Summer. It's weird to me, man. Can't do that.
Weird.
That is weird. That is weird. Because as y'all know, it would have been the other way around. It would have been kind of hot.
Cree would have been all over T-Mac.
100%.
So here's T-Mac. Ew, a woman with melanin. Get away from me.
Second of all, shut up.
I hate
you. I really hate you, D. Not only that, it would like if the roles were reversed, it wouldn't have been rape. It would have just been sexual harassment in this case.
Yeah. But men, remember, this was a time that men could not call on it. So we couldn't call on it, and it would have been totally an unknown thing at the time, coming from a man's perspective. But yeah, it would not have been rape. It definitely seriously, and watch me on this. It would not have been rape. It would have been sexual harassment on T-Mac. Think about it. Yep. Yes, it would have been. And
because number one is Cree Summer, and we would have heard all of Foxy Brown trying to.
This short dick motherfucker need to get the fuck off.
It's like, whoa, Cree, what's going on here?
Nah, dig it, T-Mac. No, he deserves this line because if he did actually do it and raped her, this would have been the exact response, like Foxy Brown. Foxy Lil, yeah, it hurt, daddy. That do. I love that line. That is the most enthusiastic sex ever.
And just so you know that T-Mac would have been, felt like he was the man. He literally glows like he did in Last Dragon. I got the glow.
Now you need to stop. Now you need to stop because that would be hilarious and we would lose all point of the lesson that we're supposed to learn that day.
That special episode of Different World would have been quite different at that point.
It would have been quite different because I can hear it. First of all, there would have been violence because he would have punched her just to get away from her, and she falls to the ground in the middle of a doorway, and out of nowhere you just hear it, T-Mac, gong. She's gone.
I'm sorry. Oh my god! When you said punch, I'm sorry. That Patrice O'Neal thing about smushing a woman and she falls down and she does the Hulk Hogan shaking her fist like, "I'm coming, brother. I'm alive." Woo! She's not dead. Woo! Woo.
Lord. Oh my god.
But the Merry Men meet Rabbi Tuckman and Mel Brooks. I think to your credit, D, when you put that video in the group chat, you was like, he has a way of stealing the movie. And he comes in as Rabbi Tuckman. I like how he was like, I give people circumcisions. I like how Little John is like, hey, that sounds nice. Give me two.
He's like, I want two. Like, hey man, can I get one of those? Like, put me down for one.
The thing that gets me is because now here's the thing about Mel Brooks and all of his movies. Ha 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 ha, Jewish. Like, Besides that, it's because he plays the Jewish character. It's hilarious. You think about it in this one, he's supposed to be Friar. He's supposed to be Friar Tuckman, right? Mm-hmm. This one, he's Rabbi
Tuckman.
I gotta be real with you. It's stupid. That's funny. That's actually funny.
More funnier when he sat there and took off the hat for a hot second, and it was a wig.
Like all the sick Jews got the little curl going on the side. Oh my god, man! That dude had me so. He didn't get me with it's fascinating. The ladies love
it. Like first, I take the dip and I snip it, and there you go.
Shink, snip.
I got it was like,
Nah, I'm all right.
I like it. No, Dave actually said, you know what? I just remembered. I actually got one of those.
Gotta try it on a younger crowd. Hey, actually, that's kind of funny. Dave Chappelle will actually be correct on that because Dave Chappelle probably tracked it like, nah, I'm African. We always cut our dicks like that. We didn't start letting our shit look like a fucking sock until the white man.
I didn't know about circumcision until my mom told me about that. I was like,
My dad told me about it in the worst way ever, and I still don't believe circumcision.
I think
well, son, you do that because your dick will be dirty.
That
was it. I thought everybody that did not have a circumcised penis was automatically diseased.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
No. D. See, I learned about it from two places.
Oh Jesus!
Number one, my mom told me about it. Number two, Robin Williams hilariously explained what it was in 9 months.
Man, that shit
9
is fucking
months. God,
hilarious.
I didn't see them well in a long time ever. Probably once. Jesus, that was a good one, Eric.
I
Also,
got taken to the theater to see this movie.
side note, I still laugh at the fact that there are women online that vehemently just outright like, yo, if your dick ain't circumcised, I don't want it. I'm like, okay, I mean,
That's
I didn't need
that's
to know that
weird.
information. That's a little too much information, but
Here's my
sure,
thing. Here's my thing.
sure.
Why is it like look? Dick shaming is odd to me because I think dicks go through enough shaming as it is.
It's already enough. It's like, man, if you ain't a certain size, you're fucked.
It's already bad enough. Even with a woman you love, you get, ugh, that smell like pee. It's even worse. It's like even
Just
if you
pee.
have
What do you
that
think
situation.
happens?
Like, yeah, last thing I need is for you going out here cutting off niggas.
Or y'all get, or you
Like,
get
Because they
to,
weren't cut off.
or
Like,
you get
listen,
to
just
argue.
give me a sink full of lukewarm water, one dip. I'm good. I'm horrible. I'll be here all week.
I mean, it's not. I mean, that's just if anything.
Dick washing bowl.
I mean, if anything, you uncircumcised. That's just more ammo for a chick. Y'all get into an argument. You take your fucking shriveled up uncircumcised dick somewhere else. It's like, god damn, like, yo,
And look, and I know one of you is always one of you. One of you niggas with the god hammers like, nah, nigga. See, it's all like, she one of them things where you squeeze a little filling out to put on cakes.
yeah.
It's all, yeah, that's how I look at the time, Demetrius, you motherfucking nigga. That's what you.
It's like,
There's not enough women judge your balls.
I mean, but they granted, turnabout's fair play because us as men, we'll be ain't shit in the argument. Be like, yes, why your titty's so little? Get that shit out of my face. And it's like,
But you were sucking them. Yeah, you right.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey, that shit,
Yeah,
look,
you right about that.
that shit goes both ways. That's why I laugh at women that do that shit. I was like, but you were just sucking on his dick like 5 minutes ago.
That's what they get me. No, it's the Maury effect. It's the Maury effect. Maury, I don't even know why I had sex with. His dick was so little. Then guess what? That's your baby mama now.
Exactly.
But
You are the father.
But that's besides the point.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, what happens when couples argue? They just go low blow with it. But you know,
Now
that's like,
we didn't mention when John Giovanni was making all that commotion that they was heard upon. All their plot was heard by Maid Marian. So Maid Marian made her escape in the best way possible, jumping onto a horse, perfectly landing on a horse.
literally jump cutting their way onto.
I like it because it was like the perfect.
bro.
Real
Again,
talk, we once again got some Looney Tunes shit out of this movie.
look, we talked about last week with Naked Gun. Fat jokes will always be funny because when the horse for Broomhilda came up there, it was like, nah, bitch, your big ass ain't gonna fucking land on
First
my
of all,
ass.
I love the fact that the horse had subtitles that said,
Thank you.
kidding?
No way.
Perfect.
Like, is she kidding me right now?
Yo, the best part about it though, Harris, is this. My bitch hits the ground, shattering her pelvis.
Yep.
She immediately rolls up. Robert Kruger.
Had a talk with them.
She didn't
Literally had a
even feel that shit. My bitch got right up.
She said straight up, it would be smart if you did not do that again.
Farfig Kruger. I love that name. It's so German.
It's super German. That's a very German name.
It's not enough that she's Broomhilda. You name your horse that shit. It's like, god damn.
As soon as I heard her name was Broomhilda, I said, yo, if she, like, since they both got their own horses, I said, I swear, if her horse does not have a German name, I'm going to be very upset.
You know what? I will never understand Hollywood Jews and their obsessions with putting Germans and shit. I will never understand that shit.
Does that explain Django Unchained? Then if that's the case.
Yeah.
Like, I never understand.
Which is ironic. Dr. King Schultz and Broomhilda.
Exactly. Oh my god! I guess that's their way of redeeming German people. I guess
Nah. German people were white people, so they were already redeemed. Anyway,
Look, it is kind of ironic how German
look,
people.
look, Chris, think about it. Only white people back in the 1930s, when we fight these niggas in the war, can go, hey, Schultz. No, my name is not Schultz. It's Sanderson. Well, that's American. And they get away with it. And they get away with it. Harris, your
It's that
last
easy.
name. Look, Harris, let's just go with it. Your last name is Umbitu, okay? That's your last name. Nigga, if you say your last name tomorrow was Simonson, all the white people were like, fuck no, it ain't.
No. See, they would say that until I hold up the official documents showing that it's true, and they would just be stuck and confused.
Yeah,
Well-
because they were like this. Wait a minute.
So what
When
do we
did a
do?
nigger get resources? This doesn't make any sense.
No, they would legit sit there and go, all right, so what do we do? Do we shoot him? Do we?
I think we should shoot him. The nigger can read already. That's already a
But
problem.
no. But he's got official documentation, and he's got a letter from Abraham Lincoln.
And that's when you look. That's when you take off your hat. Now, I know a lot of things in this country don't make a lot of sense, but we have a sense and a duty as Americans. That's how white people fuck up and everything. You bring up America like it means
Yep.
something. That's how y'all fuck up.
No, but they get to the camp, and Robin Hood and Maid Marian break out into like a song. But prior to
The
that,
night is young and you're so beautiful. Be
prior
flat.
to that, we get the
Be
merry
flat.
men.
I just love the announcement of
B flats.
flat.
No, but prior to that, the merry men have the fucking again we're men in tights song, which is hilarious because again I'm a sucker for sight gags. Blinken punching people during that whole thing is funny to me. It's
And
still
shout
hilarious.
out
Like
to
for
Dave,
me,
and shout out to Dave Chappelle for keeping up with the choreography.
yes, he is. That's the shout out for me that I got at it because I remember how people always remember when Dave disappeared those 5 years and people just attached their phobias and their
Mhm.
loves and shit onto Dave Chappelle like that really meant something. One of the bigger ones was remember when Dave said, I don't like dressing up because he just straight up, I'm one of those comedians that don't like dressing up as women. Shit's not funny to me.
Yeah.
Understandable. People took that and ran with it. And when everybody kept saying that, I was like, don't nobody break out men in tights on them.
Yep, I was
Don't
gonna say, don't
nobody
do
break
it.
out men
No
in
one
tights
ever
on them.
brings it up.
This
Yeah.
nigga was in a full-on wig, dressed, fake titties. Also,
Yeah.
la 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 la. I mean, that's all we do.
Hey, that whole
As we
song.
said,
Hey, that whole song went though when it slows down. We're like we're men.
man, manly men, we're men in tights.
Oh
Yeah.
No. The best part, the ending. We're Butch.
We're
Actually,
Butch. I love
actually,
that.
the one prior to that though, when they're talking to the friar and he looks at him and he was like, "Merry men, so you're faggy."
Oh yeah, he was like,
Look, Vegas?
Vegas?
English.
No, we're straight.
Real straight. I don't think that's appropriate, guys. This is June. This is when all the corporations come out and say Prime Month. We should be.
Oh,
And look,
man.
look.
Didn't this movie get
yes,
released?
yes,
didn't
I
that
heard.
movie? Didn't that movie get released in June?
Maybe.
Yeah, could be.
The didn't get me though. I like how like this, like the whole choreography. We forget, Chris. Dave Chappelle went to a school full of music, so he went to
Yeah.
Duke Ellington. So
You know
that shit was nothing to Dave.
sorry, Chris. Just missed it. July 28th.
Yes, yeah, July
Ah.
28th. Yeah, July 28th.
But I like how my man went in there. Carrie, not singing, of course, but singing the 90s. I love it because nothing but sight gags. It's nothing but classic Looney Tunes shenanigans going off. Like him yelling and her hair flying back, shit like that. You know what I mean? Everybody, like your boy showing up. Ooh, ooh, all that bullshit. And of course, the shout. And of course, the shadow and the erection at the end with the sword, which is hilarious.
That right there was the I would say definitely the inspiration for the Austin Powers gags.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of funny though, those what I say erection gags are, if anything, it's funny that I still think you get some life out of erection gags, but there's a reason why they kind of went past that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the way everything is now, you really can't pop off you can do a good boner joke, but you're gonna have to be creative.
You really can't. A time before 2010, like movies like Superbad, Pineapple Express, and like I think the only movies you can really get away with shit like that is like stoner movies.
Super bad. Literally, your ending credits was when your character drew all those dicks, and
Yep.
I swear to God, I fucking died. I was in tears when he drew the Tiananmen Square.
Tiananmen Square one was hilarious.
I was fucking hollering at that shit. It's like, holy fuck, man.
Now the best one was the Jaws. The Jaws one.
Mr. T one.
It
Mr.
attacked,
T.
attacked the boat.
My nigga had the Mr. T dick and had the chains and all that shit. At the Mohawk, I was fucking dying on that shit. I'm like, bruh, I want to know the artist that was like, try. How can you keep a straight face drawing that shit? That's all I'm saying. How?
Listen, as an artist, I can tell you, it's pretty easy.
I mean, it's yeah. So the archery tournament. This is where it gets even more funnier, right? So if you know Robin Hood, every time there's an archery tournament, Robin Hood goes in as a disguise. You know,
it's his freaking catnip. He immediately goes to that shit.
Yeah, the cartoon I think was funnier because he rolls up there as a fucking crane, and that
was so hilarious. I was like, dude, no one can tell that this is clearly Robin Hood. Look at the skill. Look at the drip. I mean, look at everything.
Giving it like a crane. This one, he just dressed up as an old man that clearly still looks like Carrie Ells, but it's funny and stuff. But the whole scenery is funny because it's just like the sports where they're doing a tomahawk fucking thing.
Yep.
Dude throwing peanuts and fucking cracking jokes and stuff. But Robin Hood, he's in disguise, he shoots the arrow, and then old boy splits it in two, right? And that's when he was like, yeah, you two are good, but I know who that guy is. It's Robin Hood. And I just like how Robin just takes it all off and it's like whatever and shit.
And again, this is me again being Prince John. Like, you idiot. Like, you weren't supposed to do that. Now the assassination attempt is wasted.
No, it's not. It's like this still can keep going. So
which by the way, did you like how the assassin literally looked like Clint Eastwood for a hot second?
Bruh. Even when they were in the meeting with the Don, it's like the cigar in his mouth. They were really going full blown like the good, bad, and
good and bad and the ugly.
But it was even more funny. He's up in the tower and he's piecing together his fucking assassination 10th century fucking archery gun and shit. I was like, with the scope.
It was just a bow gun with a scope. Now let me tell you something. If this was made today, all it would take is one phone call to AMC and you would immediately got Daryl dropped in there from The Walking Dead.
God, man, that visual gag had me rolling. I was like, this motherfucker had a scope on that bitch. Which, by the way, Daryl never used that fucking scope. He just eyeballed it.
Well, they never showed the scope from his perspective.
Yeah, it just felt like he just eyeballed it and was like, yeah, I'm that good. It is what it is and stuff. Kind of like, hold up, was that him that shot at those bikers or was that somebody else?
That was him who shot at the bikers, but he used a rocket launcher.
Nigga, fucking no scope rocket launcher, fucking Negan's game. It's like, well, that ends that. And let's go back to camp, guys.
I was like, oh, wait. It was you guys that took out little Timmy and the Dick Brigade? Oh, shout out to Negan.
Bro, but like, dog, when they get there and stuff, I like how, and he was like, so Robin, you lost. He's like, I lost. I like how everybody's booing and all of a sudden he's like, hold up.
Like, I get another shot.
I get another shot. Bust out the fucking script. And he's like, I do get one shot. And I like how.
And that was me and D.
And actually, no bullshit. This is where you get the joke. That's where it comes from.
Uh-oh, you cut out.
You got to say all of that again. You completely cut out.
The origin of that came from how I always say you break out the script. It came from this movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You're literally hopping up, getting the script out from under your ass and flipping through it.
Dude, the sheriff and Prince John looking in disgust like, he gets another shot. God damn it. And bust out the Patriot arrow.
Patriot arrow.
That was great.
And he winks at a Chew when he says that shit like. And then it does the whole fucking goes through the crowd. They're doing the fucking wave.
My wife said, and I quote, the motherfucker that was wearing a green suit holding that arrow making that turn with too much fun.
With the 90-degree turn as it goes through the fucking bullseye.
Yeah, that was the same technology they used for Thing and Thing and Adam's Family. It's the same technology.
So
Shitty 90s blue screen.
so at this point, after that, Robin gets arrested. He's gonna get hung. And shout out to Robert Ridgely as the Hangman. I love him.
I was so happy to see him come. I was super happy to see him come back, and then I was immediately disappointed he didn't do the slide from Blade.
Thank you. Like, also, Chris, that was actually the other person I said that you were. Like, that is, I'm like, I told it at like, it's just like, that's not Chris. Like, yes, it is. If you ever see Chris loving his job, like, if you ever see Chris and we're in a room and it's for Power Rangers, it's that same energy. Like, have to wait till we go in.
It's supposed to be tight. It's supposed to be tight.
Like, wait a minute. Why is all these people here for JDF? Have you heard him say for y'all?
Only thing missing is the literal, like, the breathing of a nerd, just like
don't worry. Everyone is equal in my eye.
No, the favorite one. It still gives me Eris because he still kissed him on the top of the forehead. That's
He
what
did
you
do that. Yeah.
like it all, like Blake said. As you see, sir,
This one's a doozy.
and you kiss him on the head.
To think, guys. I want people to understand this. This is the same. This is the same guy that was the fucking mayor in Beverly Hills Cop, the most straight role ever. Yeah. No jokes, no nothing.
Bullshit. This nigga about this one.
Dog,
back like, on his bullshit. Loved it.
The fact that he played it so straight, I was like, dude, if he was the break character and kiss Eddie Murphy on the forehead, I would cry.
Not even that. The Beverly Hills Cop 2 thing is one thing. When he plays a straight up homophobic asshole to fucking dude in Philadelphia, that fucked me up. I was like,
yeah,
yo!
He is in Philadelphia.
I was like, yo!
That might have been real for him. That might have been real for him.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I forgot he was in Philadelphia.
Oh my God. I was like, bruh, you are playing that role just perfectly.
Oh man. Your son come out of the closet not too long ago and you didn't like it?
Like, is this man one of yours?
Dog, dude, when he was like, yo, Ron was like, yo, this rope is too tight. That is the point. It's supposed to be tight.
Oh God. I like how they was going to. No, I love Eris. All right, everybody. We're gonna have a hanging. We're gonna have a wedding. We're gonna have a hanging. The wedding's gonna be a lot of fun, huh?
It's gonna be a lot of fun, huh?
Yo, I like how one of the dudes sat there and said to me, he's like, I hate that guy.
Oh yeah, hey Abbott. I'm like that's a classic Abbott Costello.
I just love that Abbott. Hello, Abbott. And just that one asshole. It's always the one asshole.
Man, shout out to Dick Van Patten. I love that guy. He does really good in those comedic roles.
Straight man comedy. He does straight man comedy very well, man. He did that with Carol Burnett and everybody like that.
Oh man, because he a side note, he was one of those actors that was in like the early Disney stuff, like the Shaggy DA and shit. He was in the movie with Don. He was in the movie with Don Knotts too. Those two were fucking hilarious together, man.
Of course they were. That same, you know what? These Hollywood circles, man. I swear to God, man. These 1960s Hollywood circles.
It's like Don Knotts and Dick Van Patten in the Apple and Dumpling Gang. Which I don't even know what the fuck that movie was about. I'm sorry. I always randomly put that up in this podcast, but it's like that is the most random name ever. The Apple Dumpling Gang. Like,
oh my God.
Somebody made that movie purposely. It's like somebody made that movie purposely, like they will never remake this. Name it the worst shit ever.
They would never remake it.
And then you get on the flip side of that, and Brad Jones did a couple of these movies. I've never not seen the actual movie, but seeing the title in a Christian bookstore. The Buttercream Gang.
Man.
I don't like how you say Buttercreamers stay together, because Brad. I'm saying that. I'm saying that. I remember when that movie came out because that was like a featured thing that Focus on the Family was like super proud about.
Yeah, so
I'm in the middle of shit.
I'm just telling you right now. I'm not saying that should be a bad podcast, but we really
No,
got to talk
no,
about Focus on the Family, sir.
we do gotta talk about them. Oh my god, you want to talk about good, wholesome, really actually programming the living shit out of your children
Hey,
entertainment?
folks talk cash shit about Disney programming. Focus Family was
Woo!
Christian Disney.
Focus on the Family.
Focus
Focus on the Family does the same thing Disney does, but bring in the guilt of Jesus seeing you masturbate. It's the same fucking energy, though.
Dude, even I was sitting there like, yo, Gospel Bill doesn't go this fucking hard to paint. So what are we doing here?
Gospel Bill just wanted us to praise Jesus. Didn't know how to go. Didn't know how to go back to Hebrew law with my toe. Wasn't ready for that. Shit.
Gospel
Hey,
Bill
yo, mom, put on some pants. Jesus gonna see you anyway.
Hey, Ma, get off the dang roof.
Shut up,
because that's what Gospel Bill is literally. Hey, get the fuck off the pole, all right? Praise Jesus time, all right? Jesus.
Gospel Bill, like, hey kids, how you doing? I know there's things called rap music, but there's nothing that can beat gospel folk. Let's go.
Chris, Gospel Bill's the type of guy that would see a stripper, punch her off the pole, and say, "Get off the damn pole."
Nah, he'll have a Bible.
No.
No. Wait, he'll throw the Bible at her and knock her off the pole.
Bill was
aiming. It would be a straight up headshot.
See, you gonna have to put some respect on our nigga GB. See, GB, he was one of the good Christians, which means he did some fucked up shit to his kids. But
Gospel Bill shot a guy in the head and then will preach him that you're going to heaven. That's how Gospel Bill rolled.
Gospel Bill was one of those people in Vietnam. You know what I mean? One of those people. He was pretty much a Viking, going town to town, pillaging, raping, all the rest of that. Thank God he walked into a church.
Oh man! Look, side note, before we continue, there was I swear to God, it was a Gospel Bill movie with Kenneth Copeland. It was Wichita Bill or whatever the fuck the name was, but
it probably was.
But like the character, no bullshit. I swear to God, Eric, you're gonna laugh. You remember? Actually, both of y'all remember them fucking stunt shows at Wild World where a guy gets shot off the fucking top and falls down?
Yeah.
It was one of those fucking things, and they did the fucking again. Whoever was doing the producing for this movie. You're a genius. You turned around and did the slow motion as Gospel Bill pulls out his gun and shoots the guy up on the roof, and there's a slow motion fall to the ground because to signify that was a fatal shot. Gospel Bill, I swear to God, literally
had a body count.
He had a body count, but he also goes to the guy, and the kid was like, "Oh, you're just a kid." Yeah, but I'm gonna die. Well, you're not gonna go to you're not gonna go to hell, kid. Repeat this Bible quote after me. You're gonna go to heaven. You're a kid. As a kid, I'm sitting there like, all right, whatever, right? As an adult, I'm like, I feel this a little disingenuous a little bit here. You killed a guy.
You're the kid, you go on the other side. Wait a minute, why is this desolate land? This is hell, kid. There's no fire and brimstone? No, just you walking around. Eventually you bump into your friend. I mean, you might have fun.
Why am I in Wisconsin?
Oh, that's your personal hell, actually. See, you could have just went with the regular Valley of Nothing and Gray, but you chose Wisconsin. You wanted shit and that. Okay.
Gospel Bill kills you and saves you so you can go to heaven. I'm like, but this guy
that's
pillaged.
Awesome.
That's awesome. But anyways,
hey, look, it still don't beat Kevin Sorbo being the biggest atheist in the world and God's not dead just for a motherfucking Jaguar to the motherfucking show the block the living shit out of his ass at the end of the damn movie. Then he dies, and then one of the main people who watched this man die says, "What we saw today was an incredible thing from God." Like, stop, just stop. So I don't like Kevin Sorbo either. I can watch that Jaguar hit his ass all day.
Oh my God. So, anyways, the Merry Men break up the wedding and stuff, and we get them. We get Robin and them. Robin and the sheriff of Rottingham, who clearly he's taking Maid Marian and she's screaming and stuff. And there's a part where she's like, "Yeah, I wonder he's taking her up to the castle. I don't know if you see.
No. The line was, he's taking it to the tower. He's going to deflower her in the tower.
That was a good line, Dave. That was a good line right there. And then my boy, he's like, wait a minute. Oh, that's really going to shake my willy. To this day, that line has stuck with me all my life. That's really going to chafe my willy.
Dog, when he had the fucking what the fuck is that construction thing trying to get the chassis built?
He tried to use the freaking
jackhammer. He was like, Robin's gonna be.
Then it gets me also. I know y'all didn't mention this, and somebody needs to, because my wife mentioned it to me, and I agree with her. That bitch got a nasty ass yeast infection. Anyway.
The flower to the tower.
I'm sorry. How long has that belt been on her?
And been in that water. And been in. Hey, I said earlier that shit was rust proof.
That's what I was gonna say. It didn't rust.
No, that's what I'm saying. It didn't rust, but chemicals in the vagina and water, and I'm sorry, just having that smooth all your stuff. Anyway, whatever. 1800. Look, it doesn't matter. Nobody was using toilet paper. Continue.
I don't know. It's like that joke in Me, Myself, and Irene. Vagisil.
We have a customer up here with a puppy irregular. I forgot what he said. Oh no,
he's burning something in the oven or something like there's a bun or whatever.
I like how he sniffed. Baby, quick.
But
hopefully the three black geeks ever did Me, Myself, and Irene. That would be hilarious. I suggest you guys look and see if we did.
That's where I have to do the Anakin face, the Anakin meme that's sprinting around while I just stare at you.
Just staring at you.
Eris is like, are you gonna listen? Please.
Yo, why the fuck they had this final fight scene? And again, I laughed that he has this. It was like a really shitty way of ending it. But look, it's a comedy movie. You're not looking for it just to be like, Blade or anything like that.
They went into freaking shadow puppets though.
That was funny.
Fucking Donald the Duck quacking and shit. I'm like, all right.
I mean, what did you expect them to do the freaking gun shootout at the Chinese theater?
No, yeah, that's true. That is true.
That was the fastest. That was the fastest draw moment ever. My man Bart combat rolls and shoots Harvey Korman.
I don't know.
How do you do such fantastic stunts with little feet?
I don't know. Robin stabbing the random person eating a bagel while they're doing the sword fight is fucking hilarious. He's like, hey! Oh, sorry. Continue.
This motherfucker stabs him. I like how Tracy. I'm like, no.
First off, it's funny because he's the first person on the scene, random out of fucking nowhere.
On cue.
No, I got this pill, you see.
No. See, first of all, Tracy Ullman was not random. She was on cue for that shit.
Behind the door the whole time.
And not to mention, I had this mentioned to me. It was an actual lifesaver that was in her hand.
It's like, I got this pill, you see. This will save you.
No, not just a lifesaver. It was a lifesaver followed by very shitty special effects.
Yeah.
That was early Disney Peach Dragon special effects.
That was Peach Dragon.
That wasn't even Peach. No. That right there was an insult to Peach Dragon. Both of you apologize right now.
Wow.
No, Peach Dragon sucks. Like I'm like, no. That was actually Herbie Goes Bananas all sound
Sir, that was Herbie Go to Monte Carlo. All right. Stop there.
I'm mad at you know those sequels better than I.
I'm sorry. That was early Ernest before Ernest. Herbie Go Bananas. Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. Herbie Goes Crazy. I'm like,
freaking Volkswagen. You made this many movies about a
Volkswagen sentient Volkswagen Beetle. Meanwhile, Turbo Teen is like, am I a joke to you?
Thank you, Chris. I'm glad you brought up that show. Rest in pepperonis to that season.
Also, Robot Chicken completely shit on Turbo Teen. That is the funniest sketch ever.
It wasn't even Robot Chicken that did it. Like a lot of shows have referenced Turbo Teen.
Dude gets drunk and turns into Turbo Teen. He was like, "Hey, he's still alive." He was fucking dead when he turned back into a teen, just bloodied up and shit. Dude, the 80s was wild. It's like, so he was in his little turbo car and got randomly into a scientific experiment, and he's a car.
Dude, you look at the opening, he literally just took a hard ass right turn and
drove into a scientific scene. Somebody in that boardroom in the boardroom at Hanna-Barbera did a line of coke and pitched it, and they said yes.
The fact that they got away with it, dude, they got a whole ass season out of that idea. 13 episodes.
I'm still shocked that Muhammad Ali had a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. All right,
dude, they were handing out like candy. They were handing out like it was candy. I'm just saying, at this point, this is why I'm saying, y'all, we would time travel back and be like, let's get 3BG a TV show.
I would also 3BG. Oh wait, hey Chris, I would also like to have. I would really like to have you know that the main character was voiced by TK Carter.
What?
I shit you not. TK Carter did the voice of Turbo Teen.
Well, of course he did.
He came off the thing and was like, "Hey, my Hollywood career is bustling. Turbo Teen, yay!"
I'm gonna be forever remembered as a kid's icon.
Not today, buddy. Jabberjaw's taking over, buddy.
My boy was a speed buggy, young. That was my nigga.
I'm sorry, yo. Hanna-Barbera knows no bounds on their fuckery of laziness. It's like, all right, everybody loves Scooby-Doo. Go ahead and give them a talking fucking shark.
I like how there's a talking shark, there's a talking car.
Talking car.
Let's not forget about my favorite person, fucking Phantom even.
Snaggle.
Fucking
Funky Phantom.
Fucking Phantom.
It's Snaggletooth's voice. It's still a Paul Lynde voice. It's the same thing.
You know, I'm really surprised that Snagglepuss hasn't been like labeled as problematic or canceled.
No, he came out DC did a marvelous job.
Oh, it was great.
Marvelous job of making Snaggletooth into a gay icon in the 1940s. Mm-hmm. He was pretty much with the Communist Party and all. It's a great
book.
Look, it sounds crazy, but it's a hell of a book.
Great book that came out during that time that D was right there with me. I was jerking myself off to the fact that DC was actually going full tilt on Hanna-Barbera. I was like, Future Quest, yes.
I mean, my god. The only thing I didn't read was the Apocalypse
the Mad Max with Penelope Pitstop.
Yeah, the Mad Max with Penelope Pitstop. That's the only one I didn't read. I read some of the Apocalypse shit with Scooby-Doo when it's like the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah,
but I didn't get to read Penelope Pitstop. That's the one I really wanted to. I never read it.
What got me is that she takes the sword out of him and stuff, and he's all like, and she's just dragging him like, "Oh, I don't want to get married. No."
So on second thought, I changed my mind.
Kill me now.
I mean, yeah. Even though, like I said, the Don't with Snaggletooth, it was like a lot of Capote stuff in there. A lot of the other guy that was a part of the Communist Party back in the 1940s, with Hollywood and all that. There's a lot of that in there. This is showing how it was to be gay. It's like his gay lover used to be in Cuba. They showed how fucked up it was. That like I'm thinking like. Remember when this dude was just saying extra stage left?
Extra stage left.
Yo,
Heavens to Megatroid.
There are a lot of dicks in here. Curve ones even.
No, but like, so I actually during the fight too, Robin's.
I'm sorry. Stop, Chris. Did you say curved ones even?
And what? Yes.
I fucking hate you. I despise you right now.
You have to say even when you talk like him.
No, so I know that. But the fact that it's the words that you used before even. Okay.
So at this point, during the fight,
Please continue. Let's take this home.
Robin's
Yeah,
neck.
let's take this bitch home, bro.
Yeah, Robin's necklace breaks off during the fight, and it goes into her chest. He's like, that's the key to the most important thing in the kingdom. And I'm like, so her pussy was the most
most important treasure in the whole
D
kingdom.
that's D's biggest complaint about this whole movie. Hey, Mel, I saw Spaceballs. That was lazy as fuck. You mean tell me you do the destined to bang the princess thing twice?
Yep.
Okay, whatever. Whatever.
All right, it's fine and stuff. But I like
Mel Brooks. He's Mel Brooks. I can't say shit. I love him to death. Whatever.
So there's another joke that shades Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and it's Patrick Stewart coming back as the king.
King Richard.
King Richard, he's back
for the Crusades. Oh yeah, hold on. One more thing before we go on that. When they was about to get married, he said Melvin. Everybody started laughing at his name, and you heard a horse.
Mervin. It was Mervin.
Mervin. I just love how you heard the horse laughing. That was hilarious.
Also, he said, "Give me 1 minute," and he's actually giving somebody a circumcision, and you just get the stock. Yeah.
And then here's me. Yeah, just put a little ice on it. You'll be all right.
I gotta think about it. So even that skin, that still hurts like
a lot of skin.
That's gotta hurt like fuck.
It's a lot of skin, a lot of bleeding.
Oh, that's a lot of skin. And I hate to be graphic about it. That's how much skin you got.
This is why you do it.
Imagine too hard. Anyway.
Well, you do it when you're a baby. You do it when the baby's already crying. Boom, it's done.
And that was kind of a good joke too. I gotta catch them when they're young.
Yeah.
That was a good joke.
So Patrick Stewart has this thick Scottish accent, and it's a joke on the fact that Sean Connery was in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, not giving a fuck, and just had his Scottish accent.
He didn't drop his Scottish accent at all. Clearly, where are you from, Patrick? I am from London. Why are you not speaking like you're from London? I'm making from Cornwall.
Now that was the biggest point. That was the biggest point of contention about Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves that critics hated about the movie, even though they enjoyed it, was like Sean Connery was lazy as fuck in that movie.
What about the whole ass American white man, Maid Marian?
Maid Marian, come over here.
Hither ye, therefore, Robin of Locksley.
Maid Marian, I have to go. My planet needs me.
Trust me, Waterworld would be the best movie that was ever made.
Planet Hollywood.
Who knew, Jazz?
Gotta think about it. Hold on. And you gotta love this. Will Smith and Mr. Costa. Yeah, I'm doing this movie with my kid, and I'm trying to be like you, just not giving a shit. So, what's my motivation? Well, first off, Will, you're talking way too fast.
I think the scene at the table with his son Jaden, when he says, "You cannot leave," is perfect.
I love that. The way he said "you cannot leave" is like, yo, Will, I don't know what Matrix robot just crawled up your ass, but you need to get that nigga out because you about to ruin this whole movie. And how is it that Will Smith, not Jaden, is the one that fucks the movie over? It's amazing. We're going to do that movie.
So at this point, Patrick Stewart does the shit where he was like, "All right, Rabbi, before you marry them off, it is my duty to actually kiss the bride." And everybody's like, "Yeah," I was like, "I guess that's a thing." And he straight French kisses the fuck out of Mayberry.
Good to be the king, and that was a line off of World History. And that was a line off of World History, which is a very good movie with him and Gregory Hines. I love that movie. But that was the same line where he was going through the French Revolution, and he kept saying that because the king literally is like grabbing girls' titties, sucking all their chest, like eating off their ass, and he always say, "It's good to be the king."
In other words, like Trump's fantasy world when he was running for president.
Basically. Man, I actually, real talk, as much as I fucking hate Trump, that was Trump 84 to 86. He was balling. Yeah. There's nothing you can do about that. Let's just be real. Call spade a spade. Trump was balling before he had to pay off all those loans.
That was the last time Trump was actually in shape. So
I don't believe Donald Trump was ever in shape.
No. Here's the thing.
That he was in I believe that he was in motion just a lot more.
No,
To me.
here's the thing. At one point, I'm not saying the motherfucker had like 6-pack abs. No, he was in white man shape where he was one of those guys that like he was in shape enough where he can get the ladies and stuff before money took over. And he's like, well, I don't really need to be in shape anymore because the money will take care of that.
Yeah, clearly ab. I like how he kissed her, but he was like he also John was like to like take him to the Tower of London. Make him a part of the tour.
It's like no.
I'm like hereby forth all toilets shall be named Johns.
Ha!
Look, here's the that movie that joke was funnier in the 90s. Anyway.
No, but what got me is that when he was like, I now pronounce you man, and he looks over at the king and he just winks at him. And wife, you may now kiss the bride.
Oh man. And like of course they had to have a joke where the key fit, but it didn't work.
I got an idea. Call the locksmith.
I don't know why people love that joke so much. Call the locksmith. Call the locksmith.
And that's the end of the movie.
How'd you like that classic 19? I want to say you mostly seen like shit like this in Disney movies. That classic Disney movie ending where the camera just pans out of the castle, out of the castle, out of the countryside, out of the whole damn country itself, all the way into the freaking space.
Yeah, you don't get that enough. With some fake Alexander O'Neal nigga singing in the song.
Fake Alexander O'Neal.
It's either fake.
Hey man, look. I may have said Alexander O'Neal, but I said that for a reason.
It's either fake Alexander O'Neal or Linda. What's her name? Linda Ronstadt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said Alexander O'Neal for a reason. Why? I don't think enough of y'all respect that nigga shit. No, seriously, go to that motherfucking shit. That nigga had nothing but bangers, man. But anyways,
so we talk again.
But to me, no ending out of all the Mel Brooks endings, no ending will ever top riding on two horses into the sunset, stopping midway, and getting inside of a freaking Cadillac. Oh,
it won't. I mean, come on, that's like pimp as hell. Also, the side joke: we're gonna make the sheriff a black man. Black, a sheriff? And I like Blinken was like, "You're black."
It's like, and Dave Chappelle clearly showing that he's watched the movie. Why not? It worked in Blazing Saddles.
The fact that everybody agree, like, he has a point.
I really thought that everything that went into this movie, yeah, of course, this wasn't going to be liked by critics. When you look at it, the critics weren't going to like this. This was a fun movie that everybody else liked. This is just one of those, man.
It was silly and it knew it.
Yeah, and I think it had just enough of people, it made just enough of an impact where people say, yeah, it really did clean up on VHS. You know what I mean? Everybody got
movies. If you look at the movies that came out opening weekend and stuff, it didn't open at number 1. It opened at number 6. But dog, Rising Sun was number 1 that weekend.
What?
So this is the movies: Rising Sun, In the Line of Fire, The Firm, Free Willy, Jurassic Park, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Poetic Justice, Sleepless in Seattle, Coneheads, Another Stakeout, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, that had tough.
Now, guess what?
They had it rough, man.
Now, guess what? 2 other movies flopped that weekend that we know of.
Oh my God, flop 95,
93.
Oh, 93.
So I Married an Axe Murder. That came out same weekend. It flopped.
That flop. Yes, it did flop. Mike Myers thought he was going to be a star sooner.
Tom and Jerry the movie.
Oh, of course. That was
God. Good.
That movie had no reason existing.
So let me get this straight. You had all right, man. So y'all trying to see Robin Hood, man? I'm trying to see Jurassic Park again.
Jurassic Park was on its 8th week, by the way. Just putting it out there.
Yeah. And what was the other big movie you said on there?
Free Willy.
Huh?
Free Willy.
Free Willy.
Free Willy. What week was that on?
3rd week.
I'm about to say Free Willy.
People still going to that.
Real talk. Let's be real. Free Willy was. like Free Willy pretty much got his popularity not just for the movie but the soundtrack.
Also,
Yeah.
another one, Sleepless in Seattle. That was kind of one of the big
What
movies.
week was that on?
That was on the 6th week.
Oh wow! See, but Sleeping in Seattle, there was because this was during that time where people went to the movies and saw it multiple times, like
Yeah.
really, like multiple times.
I mean, hell,
So-
fucking Rookie of the Year. That's a Fox movie that was cleaning up around that time too, and it was like on its 4th week.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. These, like, I really just think, yeah, Robin Hood knew it
Dude,
wasn't
Walt Disney
gonna
did.
get-
Wow, because Son-in-Law is on this list. It was on his 5th week. Dude, Son-in-Law was a Walt Disney did
Yeah,
that
it was a
shit.
Walt
God
Disney.
You know
damn.
that?
Fuck no, I didn't. I really
Yeah,
did.
that was JTT. That was JTT, right?
Yeah, Jonathan
Yeah.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No. Son-in-Law was Pauly Shore.
Oh,
Really? That was Disney?
yes, yes.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
I gotta go to
Cool.
Disney Plus and look at that. Like, that's Disney. Is that on there?
Yeah.
Disney
That
Plus.
movie, the fact that movie made 36 million in just the U.S. and Canada alone,
Pauly Shore was huge, man.
and I think what was it by the end of '93, it made like an additional 4.6 million.
The kicker. Here's the funny part. Like, real talk before the end this and stuff. Pauly even sat there and said that like he was so big, the studio did not want him to do In the Army Now. And I like In the Army Now. He says, yo, I felt that was like my funniest movie, In the Army Now, with who I was with and stuff. But the studio didn't want him to do that, but he did it anyway. And you know, it is what it is, kind of thing and stuff. Because apparently they were really priming him to be like the big thing and stuff. And you know, it just went the way.
You know what?
They really tried.
I find it very funny though that this is the last Robin Hood movie that's come out where people almost unanimously like it. This is weird.
I mean,
because the last two were either you didn't pay attention to it or you actually sat and watched that garbage.
I mean, we talked about it as much. I mean, you talk about the Russell Crowe one, which is like, man, this shit got too serious, and then you got the one that was.
I'm with you on that one. It was way too big. The movie was way too big. We weren't. I think it was just doing way too many. It was way too many moving parts on top of that, and it was just you couldn't get into it, man.
And then you had the dark.
It could have been good.
Then you had the Robin Hood that was basically aping off the Dark Knight, and I was like, I thought people were bullshitting, and then I watched it, I was like, holy shit, this is the fucking Dark Knight with Robin.
Yeah, so stupid.
That makes no sense.
It's funny. The story of Robin Hood is one of those stories that's going to be in lore just period for a while, man. You know, it's going to be a while before I guess human beings say, yeah, we're done with Robin Hood.
I mean, the closest you got is like the funny thing is like it's the fact that Green Arrow was so based off of Robin Hood in terms of the visual aesthetics of it and stuff. And it's amazing how Arrow just kind of evolved with the look, even to this day, where you still get the hood, the cape, and all that stuff. And that, well, the TV show doesn't really uphold rob the rich, give to the poor motif like the comics.
They don't do that. They kind of abandoned that because they fucked up and brought in the real life element where like, look, dude, there's cops chasing you at this point, and you did kill like 5 innocent people, Ollie.
In the comics, he's very lefty and like, hey, give back to the people kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, you couldn't do that in the TV show, but still, I think it is kind of funny that the legacy of Robin Hood is still going to be around. And yeah, Green Arrow is actually a huge part of that.
BBC did a show too. Yeah, the BBC did a TV show too. That was actually not bad. It was actually all right.
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard they did something else new. They like I said, it's going to be like it's a lot like Sherlock Holmes, though. We're always going to get a different rendition of it, man.
I mean, hell, Prince Valiant is kind of sort of basically like.
I thought Prince Valiant was always like King Arthur type bullshit.
It's kind of like King Arthur, Robin Hood type stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
like
so like yeah,
it is. It's kind of funny that Robin Hood and King Arthur and all that. Yeah, it's like they should have said that. Yeah, it's mythical. It's not real. But there's a lot of stories now that there's a lot of what you call history that people are discovering. Like good example, like in China, the Three Kingdoms. That probably didn't happen Like that probably didn't happen the way we say this.
Guys, you tell me
Like
Lou?
half of this shit might be made up.
So, guys, you tell me Lou Boo is a made up person and doesn't
Oh
kill people
no, that
instantly?
nigga was real. That nigga was very real. That nigga was very real. And
You see
very
Lou
much
Boo on the
an
battlefield,
asshole.
you run.
Yo, Lubu is the only nigga I know that has the powers of Debo, but has the loyalty of a girl who just got on Instagram, who just got 1 million people following her on Instagram. It is the same type of like.
You know what? I'm not entirely shocked that in Men in Tights, like Tracy Ullman and Reeves, they actually did improvise their lines together. That doesn't shock me whatsoever.
Like a lot of there was improvised lines all through this movie, man. You can tell.
I mean, it's there. But like I said, Carrie Ells, it is kind of funny. Like you go from you doing Princess Bride, which when you watch Princess Bride, it's an unintentional comedy, but it is really good. And then boom, you do Men in Tights, and you're kind of like just going full tilt with the comedy of it.
And saying that he kind of didn't want to do it because he just got done doing Glory, where he had got more lines to chew on and all the rest of that. You remember he was in Top Gun and all the rest of that, man. So a lot of was he in Top Gun? I don't think he was in Top Gun. Was he in Top Gun?
He's the
No,
man
he
from
probably
Twister,
was.
sir. He was in Hot Shots.
He was in Hot Shots though, and that's the segue that I was going for too. Anyway, no, for real. Next
plays the Iceman character from Hot Shots.
He plays what's the character?
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, I was like, the fat guy now that's turned into a pumpkin. Val Kilmer, him.
Yeah. We put some respect on Val Kilmer on this podcast.
Yeah. But anyway, I like how Eris is over there looking like Bryson Tiller's cover of Trap Soul over there. He really is, man. I love it, man.
What are you talking about, D?
I was like, you look like the cover of Bryson Tiller's multi-platinum and Real Talk, one of the best albums I've ever heard. Oh, Trap Soul. You look like you was on that cover because the way the colors was going, you were completely blacked out. It looked awesome.
I take it a step further. It looked kind of like Party Next Door's Recognized video when they're in that fucking.
Party Next Door. It's like anytime Sue's gonna be like, I don't want you in my. All of a sudden, Drake come in. That's the way it's gonna have to be.
Sir, don't you mean that would be me coming through the door? That's the way it has to be.
Here's me. Chris's shape have gotten way more crisper. I give him that.
Very crisp. It's got a good 90 degree turn. But yeah,
I said something about Drake's shape up. I was trying to hate on it, but I was like, nah, that's even. I said, that's money, man. You were still living in Canada. I bet you wouldn't.
I'm just trying to connect with something, babe.
Man, if your ass is still living in Hamilton, Ontario, I bet your ass would. You still trying to get a Greyhound down to Memphis to see your dad. I bet you would have had a haircut anyway.
Yeah. That's Robin Hood Men in Tights, folks.
So next week, Hot Shots. We finally get to talk about Chris's boy, Charlie Sheen. And Charlie Sheen is not being Charlie Sheen in this. Actually, he kind of is.
Or
this
was
is weird.
he,
Charlie
sir?
Sheen can do comedy very well.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was you know what? Once he got on 2.5 Men, that's when he went into no fucks given territory.
Yeah.
So,
and also, we can finally talk about Lloyd Bridges. I wasn't in a rush to talk about this motherfucker, but he a legend nonetheless. But anyway, see us next week.
See you guys next week. Peace.